Everybody wants a happy ending. But it doesn't always roll that way.
I cannot do that again.
You think you're the only superhero in the world? Mr. Stark, you become part of a bigger universe.
He's out of control.
Price of food is high.
He is out of his mind.
Great lie. Price I'm willing to pay.
Till the end of time.
Oh, that's intense.
I know what it's like to lose. You feel so desperately that you're right. Yet to fail.
With a high-powered laser beam. The day will come when we'll all know his name. He's gonna blow the moon up if we do not obey. He's gonna blow the moon up if we do not obey. Sonic death ray. Sonic death ray. The man is so evil, you would not believe. He's so much worse than Sonic Death Steve. He's made his demands from his evil lair, but nobody listened, nobody cared, 'cause no one likes the moon much anyways.
I am Iron Man.
Marvel, and now, believe it or not, we are approaching the end of Phase 4 when She-Hulk Attorney at Law comes out. And this November, Phase 4 comes to a close with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This phase has been about resetting the MCU, about meeting all these amazing new characters, and culminating as we get to Wakanda Forever. But what's fun to do here is to talk a little bit about the future. And to talk a little about, and you may be saying, well, if Black Panther is the end of Phase 4, what in the heck is Phase 5? So I thought we'd spend a few minutes going through what we have in store. You know that Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania kicks off Phase 5 on February 17th. We've got, coming to Disney Plus, Secret Invasion. It is an honor to say that finally Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out in May. We are shooting right now our new series for Disney Plus, Echo, and I can't wait for you to meet all of her characters. We're in production on The Marvels, the sequel to Captain Marvel 2. Loki Season 2 is shooting right now. The film that we announced at the end of our last panel, Blade, starring Mahershala Ali, comes out November 3rd, and we start filming this October. Our series Ironheart is a part of Phase 5, shooting right now. We've already talked about Catherine Hahn, amazing, returning in her own series, Agatha, Coven of Chaos. And I am very happy to confirm that Sam Wilson will be appearing in the next Captain America film, which is called Captain America: New World Order. New World Order. And rounding out Phase 5, we have a series on Disney Plus. And this is very special. It is going to be an 18-episode first series, first season. 18 episodes. Daredevil: Born Again. And starring in that show are two people I hope you've heard of, Mr. Charlie Cox. Starring in that show are two people I hope you've heard of, Mr. Charlie Cox.
Hello, I'm Soldier Boy. Did you know drugs and drug-related crime have become a nationwide problem? Did you know all across America, drugs are destroying people's lives. But you don't have to be a superhero to fight back. Because your superpower is just saying no. So when someone offers you drugs, you tell them Soldier Boy said taking drugs is not cool, and anyone who does is a loser. Remember, real heroes don't use drugs.
All you need's a pair of fun bags, and you'll never be a fag hag.
They're flappy and slappy. They make me very happy. They make me want to bust out into song.
All you need's a pair of fun bags, a pair of knockers to make Dutch gag.
I'm scouting the mountains for lactose fountains, memories to make Russ Meyer cry.
The sight of your breasts makes me quake. I don't even care that they're fake.
My heart and soul are yearning to feel. I know if I can touch them, they're real. Woohoo!
All you need's a pair of fun bags, a pair of tatas that will not sag.
We call them whoppers, poppers, big gobstoppers, Godzillas that will crush you in your sleep.
All you need's a pair of fun bags, a leather teddy and a ball gag.
Bazoomas, palookas, guns like bazookas, Diaz puppies pushing in your puss. How's that for alliteration?
All you need's a pair of fun bags. All you need's a pair of fun bags. All you need's a pair of fun bags. All you need's a pair of fun bags.
I drive myself insane with 40 questions and no answers for them, pulling my own strings. My nemesis is me, and I always seem to make life harder than it has to be. Glass half empty and my pockets are light. We all hide lives and we live to survive. Sink and sing every night, but nobody gets out of life alive. So I shut my mouth and let the guitar string do the talking for me with the lonely strum. Never stop to wonder why the cage birds sing. I can care less if tomorrow don't come. Sink or swim, I really don't care if my ship comes in. I hope the tide would take me and the ocean would swallow me whole. Glass half empty and my pockets are light. We all hide lives and we live to survive. Sink and sing every night, but nobody gets out of life alive. So I shut my mouth and let the guitar string do the talking for me with a lonely strum. Never stop to wonder why the cage birds sing. I can care less if tomorrow don't come. Glass half empty and my pockets are light. We all hide lives and we live to survive. Sink and sing every night, but nobody gets out of life alive. So I shut my mouth and let the guitar string do the talking for me with a lonely strum. Never stop to wonder why the cage birds sing. I can care less if tomorrow don't come.
He was always a little crazy, right up until the end. He spent all day in the forest with imaginary friends, until one day his mental health, it it took a real downfall. He said, I hate all of my friends, and I wanna kill you all. Christopher Robin. Christopher who? He wants to kill Winnie the Pooh. Christopher Robin. Christopher who? He wants to kill Winnie the Pooh.
Makes sense now. That makes sense.
And welcome. We are coming live from the Stay Lifted basement, the dungeon. We are here to talk about Westworld a bit and smoke weed and hang out with everybody. I want to thank Dee Dee for showing up, and Offside Mantis, and Corn Nips, and Beef Nips, and all the Nips. Thanks, all the Nips. And yes, Zazzy is still on a secret mission to Snazza. Sorry. He will be back soon, but Snazza still needs him.
Yes, yes. Hello, guys. Hello,
I am
hello.
joined by Drew, my cohort.
Hello, hello.
He is like the second biggest geek I know, if I'm the first.
Well,
How are you doing tonight?
good. I'm all right. You know, weather's all right. Not too bad. Decent day.
How you're caught up on Westworld? In fact, you got ahead of me by an episode right now.
Yes.
Which we are going to talk about it.
I almost watched the 5th episode, but I was like,
Offset Man says hello, Drew.
hello, hello.
Yes, we're all going to smoke in his honor, and I will start off the way we're supposed to. Remember, for anybody new, those channel points lets you redeem Bongo Times, and Bongo Times mean 1, 2, or 4 of us, depending on who wants to smoke at that moment. We'll smoke, but at least one of us will. However, in tonight's stream, I'm going to be the only smoker for the most part. Because we don't make Drew smoke weed. So we just sit here with him while I smoke weed, and he doesn't. Just joking. So,
It's like behind my glasses.
so before we get too deep into this, we had a major accident here. Nope, that's not it. My bad. We had a major Nope, I didn't add the picture. Wow. Pro streamer. Like, I've never... I hate hitting that button that early.
Pros do.
I really do
I'm a
hate hitting the button that
professional. Look it up in the book.
Email yet. That's why. But we had a little accident here this week. It happens, and in fact, we even had an accident today. And I couldn't be sadder, but oh, thank you for the follow.
Thank you, thank you.
I really got to change that so I can see it, but I'm thinking the follow is from Boogie Woogie.
Boogie.
XL.
Boogie Woogie Lex. Oh. Boogie Woogie Lex.
Oh, well, thank you for both joining us,
thank
Bees
you.
Knees and Boogie Woogie. We appreciate
Hello.
that. Yeah, so our sponsor is always so good to us. They take care of us. They help us out. And earlier this week, as I break more stuff, I broke my banger. For those that don't know what a banger is, it is a it's that. It was that. This is a bad example as this one's broken. But we went to see our sponsor, and our sponsor gave me this banger earlier in the week because I needed a banger for the show. But they never stop there, so we can just get rid of this one now, put this over here, because they don't stop there. They sent us a package that I have to open now. So I'm going to open this new package on the air, see what our sponsor, oh, sorry, they won't see that at all because it's underneath, but our sponsor, Liquid Chrome, you can check them out at liquidchrome.ca. They are a fun sponsor. Now let's see what's in this bag. I'm just going to dump it out here. Hopefully nothing breaks. They wrap stuff up nicely. All right. So what do we got in here? We got some startup Q-tips, but these ones are tight wound, so they have no fluff. And one side is pointy to get into the edges of the banger. Just to demonstrate. And you have your banger just to get into those edges, right? So this, can you see it that way?
Yeah.
So it gets right into those edges, gets that clean for you. All right, so let's get in here. I kind of have an idea what they sent. because what I broke was actually a very, very expensive banger, and it was a liquid chrome banger. They got 150 made, and one was special order for me. And can you see the... It's hard to tell. Does it work better that way? No, way worse. But, can I get it? There you go. Sort of. When you can see the bottom, it has a super nice etched liquid chrome symbol on the bottom. And like I said, there was a very specific number of these made. I love how they send me a gift and leave the price tag on. Like, hey, this shit's free, but, you know, you better know how much it's worth. No, they're not like that at all. So there's my new banger. Very high-end quartz, solid. Very, very high-end. Now, this little thing is probably the much cooler thing we got. Because we're always wrecking our bangers here. They're always getting dirty. Not anymore. So Jiri says, that liquid chrome. So here is my very dirty dab rig. Here is my brand new liquid chrome banger. But, so you don't always get your dab rig dirty. And you'll notice, I'll even show you the one I had in there. What I'm talking about is this, all the stuff around the edges right there. And you can kind of choot your thing. But now, I have this neat little thing where you heat this up. Okay. Then you use these tweezers to drop it into the bottom. And now we have this extra layer that has also got some really cool insignias on the bottom. Can't really tell on this camera, but I'll take some nice pictures later. But yeah, so now we have this cool layered banger with our ball. And this is the all-new dark crystal glass banger batter. That sounds really bad. Banger batter. But what this is it's a completely non-toxic natural oil. And it's kind of a cleaning solution. So you put it in there a couple drops while it's really hot. And you let it dry out. Then you clean it a bit. And your banger will be back to new. So now we have all these new toys. So a huge shout out to our sponsor, Liquid Chrome, for hooking us up with that. And I'm going to try this new system now. The part I was unclear about was whether or not I was supposed to heat this. Like, he said out of the thing, so I'm like, well, not really sure how to heat it outside of it. So I'm just going to heat the two together, I guess. Thank you very much. Layered banger, yes. Yes, I hardly knew her. All right, and you know what we're going to hit out of this? We're going to hit some nice fresh diamonds from our sponsor, Mad Dab Labs. Which you can check out at maddablabs.com. Again, anyone trying to ship, there's instructions on how to order. You don't actually use the cart. You just use the cart to fill and take a picture of what you want, and then... he has instructions on the site on how to do it. But essentially, you're going to send him a text message, and he'll help you with the rest. So we're going to smoke some of this beautiful stuff. You can see that chunk in the middle there, over here, and over here. They're just solid crystalline THC. I mean, diamonds are my best friend. Screw the girls. The gals don't need these diamonds, I do. Drew, you ready for your first dab on this brand new banger?
Wow.
Next time?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work with a cold start, because again, I have not used this tool before, but it's supposed to keep your dab rig cleaner longer. And I'm going to tell you that most of these things, though I find them fun and good, in the end, I end up not using them long term. But we'll see this time. Actually, you keep passing me the torch, which is way off camera. So again, we're going to do a nice little, I'll probably say that's about a 0.01, 10% of a gram here. I really feel like I do need to take it out. Like, get this banger a little warm. Like, take this out. Oh, get that in there tight. So get this warm so it doesn't cool down instantly, right? Is my idea. We're going to start heating this. I have no idea if this is going to work the way I intended to, but I'm going to keep heating it like that for a second. That should retain nicely. Well, I mean, it's nice. Tastes good. And it works. I've got no complaints here. It seems like it'd be much easier to clean. And I can just pull that piece out. So as far as equipment reviews go, I mean, the LC Banger we already knew was beautiful and perfect. But this layered system so far seems to keep it clean. But we'll check by the end of the night how much we still like it. Very nice, very nice. But I did see a Bongo Time out there, so I'm going to hit that. Am I blind?
Yeah.
Oh, right in front of me. Even has my name on it. Literally has my name on the lighter. I'm not kidding. Has my gaming tag on our lighters.
That's funny.
Which will be available on our website soon. That tasted great. Thanks for the Bongo Time, guys. Now that we've put that aside, let's watch a quick video while I'm going to clean up the table a little bit and get some shit out of our way. And then we're going to come back and we're going to deep dive. We're going to start with the recap of Season 3.
Yes.
What was the point? What was happening? Where did we end? There go. We'll do that progression in just a minute, but let's get this table cleaned up. And I'm not sure if you guys know this, but our other is in a band, Zach. He is away at Snazza right now, but here's his band, 30 Going on 13.
Let's start a band. Let's play some tunes about some shit that hasn't mattered since 2002. We got old, but we never grow up. It just takes more drinks to make us grow up. Let's start a band. Let's play some dirty punk rock shows in dive bars like we're not all in our 30s. We got old, but we never grew up. We're just so when our rental friends show up.
Hey, you made it!
Yeah, we found a sitter.
Sweet. Thanks for coming. We can only stay till 10. What time do you go on?
Shit. We die of old age. Let it be on stage.
Life is
Playing for 10 people for less than minimum wage. Let's start a band.
I'm totally being sarcastic. I definitely.
Oh, okay.
Very,
Wait,
very
wait,
first thing you said.
I'm
right?
sorry. Can you pass me a pad of paper?
Wow. Jeez, real pro, eh?
I know.
Real pro.
I mean, is there a pen right there? In case we need notes. Oh, well. We never turned the mic off. That's hilarious. We talked all the way through that.
Did I?
We did, yes. Which is okay. The mic was on. We talked through it. Professional.
I'm a pro.
But we
I
got the table
propose
cleaned
to
off
it.
quickly.
I'm a professional. Look it up in the book.
Yeah. Definitely hot mic, and I'm okay with it. I don't think we ever say anything. Listen, I rarely say anything off air that I'm not willing to say on air. Unless you heard me express my sexual attraction to Drew by accident, then I usually keep that off of air.
Right, right.
Yeah, really, there's no pen on this table. Did I move it at the beginning? I must have.
It rolled off, maybe.
Oh, well, I don't need a pen that bad. So, Season 3 of Westworld. Dee Dee is best VIP. Nope, that is not. Oh, Jesus. Westworld. So, we end Season 2 of Westworld with Dolores escaping with 5 brain balls. What are they called?
They're like, cores?
Cores, yes, the cores. She escapes with 5 cores that we assume are her boyfriend and a couple others that she trusts, but however, we find out later are not. They are all her.
Yes. Copies for,
Yes.
for backups.
So she takes over. Oh wow! I'm just drawing a blank on. This is why I always need my notes. I'm drawing a blank on the head of Delos's.
That's the brother, right?
No, the girl.
Brothers?
The girl that went to Westworld in Season 2, and then in Season 3 is actually Dolores. Okay. They kill her family at the end of Season 3. She goes nuts. She's kind of running Season 4.
Tessa?
You got called out. I would just like to point out Drew's not wearing a Marvel hat tonight.
Damn it. I knew it. I knew it would happen. My shirt, my hat. Truth is, I came here from work did not get to get changed. That is the truth.
That is true.
But yes. Is it about Tessa's character?
Yeah. Tessa Thompson, right? Yeah.
I always forget her name.
But Dolores has replaced her, and she is now the head of Delos. Oh wait, no, Delos owns Westworld and everything. Yeah. So she's the head of Delos. She gets William committed.
Yeah,
that was one of the best scenes in all of season 3. The committing, where like she just drags him along the whole time. She's totally concerned, helps him. She's there, and like this is the first time you realize that she's fucking Dolores. Like you're kind of guessing that Dolores. Like I keep thinking as the boyfriend up to that point, right? Like I don't know who I am, who am I, so on and so forth, right? And then no, when she fucking turns on William, when she puts the man in black in a mentalist, I'm like, damn, bitch is cold.
Oh, no, it makes sense though. Totally makes sense.
Oh,
William's pretty fucked up. He did a lot of. He's done some questionable things.
Is Rusty actually alive? Oh, you mean in real life? Rusty's alive. I thought you meant Sabrina brought her back to life. He died in a stream. In a game of... Sabrina has a sim for, like, most of the tier 3 subscribers. And she plays... And Rusty was on his way to bed and decided to go for a swim and died. Wow. So the whole... Every stream, I just type justice for Rusty the whole time. Hashtag justice for Rusty. Yeah, so that's where that starts. But after Echo, welcome, and of course Rusty, welcome.
Hello, guys, gals, and everything in between.
And Scotty, that was your bongo time. Thanks for calling for one. Oh, I have to. I just realized I have to quickly switch streams so that I am watching the other chat. Because we don't put on multi-stream because then we don't get to see all the things we need to see. I'm sure all of that made perfect sense to everybody.
Something like that. But, yeah.
Holy crap, is it really playing me from the beginning? Catch up.
Messed up.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, Westworld.
Yes, so besides William having one of the most impactful scenes in all of Season 3, I love that she tortures him with his daughter. I love that the whole time, like, I kind of figured it right away. I'm like, no, he's hallucinating too much. He's a host. Like, he's clearly... But then he's not. He walks in thinking he's going to regain his company, and then he's a host. I'm like, how is he not a host?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how is he not a host in...
That was weird. But it was very cool.
But it might have been just unaltered.
I did like that transition, though. It's like, you didn't know.
Oh, wait.
You didn't know, then...
But if Dolores made him a host the first time, she would have made him a perfect replica. Whereas Tess Thompson made... a controllable man in black. So she flat out says she made the, like, it's kind of, the director said she made the man, like, she made William's character in this case, like, the new host that we know that kills the dude, like, gets everyone to kill themselves and shit. He is just taken from a compilation of, I know, that's episode 1 of season 4. I know, but we have to jump there because it's the last scene in season 3, right? So that man in black, the one that continues on, she built that from an accumulation of his time in the park, not his real life. So, like, he might know everything that happened in the real world just as a memory bank, but the personality is the man in black.
Right, Man in Black, yeah.
And that's fucking awesome, because he's my favorite character.
Yeah, Man in Black.
Young or old, middle-aged, all versions of him from season 1, I fucking love his character.
Yeah, his character, that's pretty,
And the way that they... And sorry, we're talking about William so much, but this helps... with the building of where we are now, because William probably has William and Dolores have the 2 largest arcs over the progression of all 4 seasons so far.
Yeah.
Whereas you have Bernard and Stokes and those guys, they kind of have a mid-season 1 starting to arc, and Bernard really not till season 2 does it really, oh shit, I'm a host, fuck. Like, he's just all of a sudden like, oh, god damn it, when did you make me, you asshole? And then you find out Dolores made him, and like, holy, boom. However, so season 3 ends with, where's everybody at the end of season 3? Dolores is dead.
Yes.
Or depleted. Dolores, let's count them 1 through 5, or 1 through 6. Number 1 being Dolores, number 2 being Tess, and the rest don't really matter, but Toshi, dies, the guy from Endgame and
Yeah,
shit.
he
That
gets killed
one's dead.
Yeah.
By Maeve. So Maeve destroys that bulb. Like she's like, fuck this shit. And then the two girls get murdered, but we don't see what happens to their cores.
Yeah, so they
didn't know they were even they weren't
got
human
killed.
until the last part of the scene. So those girls' cores, presumably, Dolores' cores are still good.
Yeah.
And I feel like she would have worked out some insane, like, I'm uploading to all those cores no matter what all the time. Like, obviously they weren't because Tessa's Dolores, number 2 and number 1 weren't communicating except by phone.
Yeah.
And those conversations, like, oh, I love it. I love that they used an analog signal. It made sense. Why would they use English? Right? Like,
yeah.
Of course they'd use an analog signal. They're fucking robots.
They're above.
So Dolores 1 is depleted. Dolores 2 is pissed and blown up. Very angry. Like, actually grew empathy for a real human child, and then watched it get murdered, right? And, like, her and her husband and son are dead.
Yeah.
And Dolores is 3 through 5 unknown where their cores are, because we don't know where Jibbs is either.
Yeah, because they don't know.
Or Jibbs. Jibbs is a character in Sons of Anarchy.
We don't
the guy
know.
with the rich dude's assistant. We don't know where that core is either at the end of the season. We just know that dude's dead. Oh, no, he blows himself up. We've got to assume the core probably blew up too. Right? Like, remember he takes out that whole level of Delos so that no one finds the paper trail for a while to help Dolores. So, Stubbs and Bernard go back to... or Bernard goes back to Westworld, grabs Stokes? Many movies in my head. Grabs Stokes, pisses him off a lot, kind of reveals, listen, dude, you've always worked for me, just don't try anymore, come on. Reprograms him to be his, like, lifelong fucking protector companion. Presumably rides him back to the real world. That whole my arms out of joint, like, I'm pretty sure they're implicating that he rode this fucker back. Like, Bernard just jumped on his back and Stokes swam. It's kind of how they play that scene, right?
There's the dust.
I'm saying we might jump on Dee Dee's train here. We're thinking hot tub stream. It'd be Drew and I in a kiddie pool and we're gonna fill it with margaritas and salt.
I'm down.
Yeah. All right. All right. So who else do we have? Will at the end of season 3 is out in the apocalypse. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
And Man in Black arises. Tessa is still the head of Delos. And we've been introduced at that point, right, to Sirach. Oh, no, Sirach's all the way through season 3. He dies at the end of season 3. Shit, I forgot. And then we find... Sorry, that's the biggest reveal. We find out all the way through season 3 that Sirach was being... It's just an earpiece.
Yeah.
And that's how I presume the real world leaders are now. The AI is just like, say what I say, or, you know, I'm just going to wreck your life or destroy you, so do what I tell you to.
Yeah. Makes sense. Took over Senator. Replaced them.
Right, yeah. I forgot we see that at the end of season 3, not the beginning of season 4. We're starting to replace... and we see the flies, and have no idea what the hell they're doing. Usually flies are referencing something, death or decay, or something's wrong.
I would think the way that they program, they set up a program in them.
Yes.
To only affect...
Oh, I just mean end of season 3, flies are kind of entering the room she's in, and then you just hear buzzing, nothing else. And then season 1 or 4, we open up with...
they explain that...
Oh my god. You can sell it to me today, or give it to me for nothing tomorrow.
that was pretty sick.
Man in Black. Motherfucker. Like, just do, like, dude. Like, when the Spanish guy tells the story of, like, listen, I think Puerto Rican, I'm not really sure what denomination they are. I'm not good with the whole Spanish culture. I get them wrong a lot, and I feel really bad. I just haven't interacted with them, but, like, there's some sort of Spanish. They seem cartelish with the way that they're presented. You know what I mean?
I would say Mexican.
Mexican, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they seem old Mexican money. And he's telling him, like, he tells Man in Black a story about, we killed and buried all the old white dudes that wouldn't give us property after we took this. You can sell this to me today, or you can give it to me tomorrow for nothing. Is my work done? Yes. You can rest now. Like,
and then just...
This dude just offs his whole presumable cartel family and then just hands his company over and property, and then kills himself.
Yeah, that was-
Like, these flies are something else. But they needed the case. So they had in season 1 the starting of Maeve's power, right? The control, kind of like as a balance. And then season 2, her power was off the charts. Season 3, less useful because she's in and out of the machine. But it was kind of a more of a what's it or a fucking. She was kind of like the ultimate MacGuffin. Right, like she got them out of the simulation. She got her mind could do everything. Season 4 now, not so much.
They kind of upped the security a bit.
Yeah, but the flies are now her for the bad guys. So now, well, who's the bad guy in this? Right, it's still Dolores' Chip, but she's been altered and
yeah, because she wakes up and she doesn't even.
She tries to kill Dolores.
She doesn't even realize that. She doesn't realize that. Well, I'm talking about Dolores. Doesn't even realize that who she really is.
Season 4, yeah. So,
sorry.
The big reveal, and this is the first second of season 4.
Yeah, sorry.
Or no, it's after the Man in Black scene with the Spanish guys. The first scene we see is, and I mean, they make up her like foundation to fill her out and play like she looks just off. You know what I mean? Like she's an identical twin, but they're at that 35 where they don't quite look. Something was different about her, and obviously the hair made her face look a little lighter and stuff. But yeah, Dolores wakes up. I got you, Smoopy. Dolores wakes up, and she is a troubled writer now. But is she in a simulation or not? I'm not up to season 5, so if it reveals it in the end of 4 or 5, then I don't know yet.
You mean episode, not season? But I haven't seen 5 yet, so 5 I would know before. No.
Oh right, yeah. So we did tell you we were talking about Westworld today. Obviously, I hope some of you have seen it, and if not, I hope what we're telling you.
Spoiler.
I genuinely hope what we're telling you makes you want to see it.
It's really it's really good, man. Like
it is one of the better written
just like the
network shows.
Just like the premise of it, like
it might be the best network show.
Yeah, because it has very strong like it's the way it platforms and like the ups and the downs and the way it goes together and the way it's connected. It's very they've done it really well.
And I like that they didn't just repeat the formula. Season 1 is very. Man, by the end of the 3rd episode, you're like, I am so confused. Not confused, just it's disorientating.
Because because you were like, wait.
And it's not till like episode 4, that you realize, like, because all of a sudden, like his second visit into the park, I think that he runs the full first season in the park, right? As the young Will. Yeah, that's right. He wears the black things at the end of the last episode. But it's like it's around season 5 they start to give hints that this is like
episode 5
of season 1.
Of season 1. So
they start to give hints that Will and the Man in Black are connected.
Yeah.
You start to think it's his father, right? Like,
well, they definitely heavily make it look like it's his father
until episode 5 when it's all about the investment and you realize that he's there to invest in a new park. Then I'm like, oh my god, it's the same person. We're looking at like 50 years of difference here, or 40 years of difference. I guess at that point, yeah, about 40 years difference because he looks to be about 70.
Yeah. So, like I said, just the progression. I enjoy it very much.
Wait, what's a Stephen King? I'm trying to read back to see if they mentioned it. Sorry, yeah. So she's a writer. We don't know what, but like by the end of the first episode, like she is attacked.
Yes,
but was she?
Because as she's writing her stories, she's basing some of her stories off of the memories so the characters that she actually so like
is she influencing the world she lives in?
I wouldn't say 100% because like
this dude,
I don't know, it's hard. It's hard. It is hard to say actually. It's really hard to say.
So I've got a theory already. Do you watch Riverdale? Oh, sorry.
I haven't watched Riverdale in like.
Does anybody watch Riverdale? No, Westworld, the original show is, is there original book for Westworld? I should look into that. I didn't think it was a Stephen King property. I'm pretty familiar with most of his older properties, but yeah. So does anybody watch Riverdale or Rivervale if you watched last season? So last season's premise, and man, honestly, I suggest you finish the show. It's done. It's got a it's ending this season. Where'd you stop?
I stopped right when they went back, like Riverdale. Had the comic books about Rivervale, like right when Jughead found those comics.
Oh, so you're
like,
only a season and a half behind.
Yeah, so I'm like,
finish. It gets weird.
Okay, well, because it gets weird, I will.
Like, I'm not saying, like, you see it in that season, like, what the hell? There's comic books about them. There's a dead Jughead. And you're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So, in this, okay, I can't tell. Like, my theory has to do with kind of what Riverdale's doing. And I'll say this. It seems like she might actually... Okay, Matrix. The new Matrix. It seems like she's an involved... Like, if you combined Neo and Neil Patrick Harris's character, but made them involuntary. Like, she doesn't realize that she's the battery for that world, for everything going on.
Oh, okay.
Like, this simulation might be entirely controlled by her core. The way Maeve was in one and thought it was real... This one's just written better with no stakes. It's not a Nazi story or like a, you know what I mean? It's just...
Okay.
Oh, right, yeah, Michael Crichton. The original book is from, like, 1979 or something like that? No, he was writing that. I'm very confused right now. I'm not sure if I know that there's a book or not. I'm stoned. But it definitely isn't Stephen King.
It's Michael Crichton.
In when?
Crichton movie of the same name, based off of the
1973 book. Okay, so I thought it was 79.
Yeah, based off the movie. It's based off the movie.
Oh, okay, that's what I said. Is that there's an original?
Yes.
Oh, I said TV show. Yeah, there's an original video property.
Yeah.
That this is based on, and then there's a television show as well, isn't there?
I didn't even realize that it was a thing.
Like,
yeah, I didn't even realize. And it's an all-star cast back in the day too when it first came out.
My cat is destroying everything I own. Everything's just covered in hair, but I love my cat. Anyways, so I think she may be inadvertently generating the stories and the world she's in, and yeah, that's kind of my theory about what's going on with Dolores. They're testing the bounds of why she was able to do what she did and evolve and so on.
It's not too bad. I'm not too bad of a premise.
Drew took a random guess on me and actually made a pretty neat swamp slushy. And it is Mountain Dew and 7-Up, or Sprite?
7-Up.
7-Up. Oh, well, fucking throw it out. No. What's yours?
Straight cream soda.
Little jealous.
Crush. For next time, I will...
No, I'm totally appreciative. I love... we love slushies for some reason.
I gotta be honest, I didn't ask. I just kind of just grabbed it.
And what a nice human being for bringing me one, and I love him for it.
So,
thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
So what do you think where is she? What's going on with her?
I feel...
Or do you already know? Because you're that far ahead. Because you're an episode ahead. Did you watch 5?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So you're only one out. You're like 3/4 an episode ahead of me.
So, right for Dolores, right?
Yeah, but she has no story in episode 3, so episode 4's got to be about her.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, definitely. I would say yeah. I feel like it's...
No, he just said cream soda. Oh, from Crush.
Oh, Crush cream soda. Sorry about that.
Crush cream soda. Yeah.
Wait, we just...
Wait. You have Circle... Oh, wait.
Got a Circle K? Nice. Didi.
Oh, wait. Circle K is from the States. I was going to say, you have a Circle K and know who the Leafs are? Are you in Canada? Spicy.
But yeah, for her, I don't... Yeah, I believe that it's explaining her actual... Not obviously because maybe that Westworld story was made up, whatever. This is her actual... I think this is based off of her actual... being the writer, and that I think this is her actual...
Are you saying that this might be the person that Dolores is based on?
Yeah.
Like the Westworld... the original Westworld character, we might be looking back again at the person that... Oh.
I feel that they're doing
like that she wrote Dolores' first story.
Yeah,
she based
I feel like that's what it's getting to. It's getting to the fact of it's
or like
or something
a creepy dude at work made that character about her, but then but that doesn't really explain why she's influencing this dude, unless the dude was just like hypersensitive to the world, or
I feel like because remember she attached herself to them when she freed them. So she's imprinted on, even though the people are living their lives, the the boss.
Oh, you think she's with the other hosts?
I think she's.
But we haven't seen anyone else that we know.
But I feel like because she doesn't realize that she's Dolores. So I feel like when she's using these stories, she's getting glimpses of these guys of their programming. So she's using what their story programming is, and she's writing that as a story. And then that's
I think she's doing it the world around her, but I don't.
Yeah, but so
I'm
I
not
feel
sure
like,
if this if I think this is a whole new.
Because even when the guy before he does the whole Superman off the building, right?
Yeah.
Before he does that, he says like, "Why are you doing this to us? I just want you to just leave us alone. Just leave us alone." He's saying that. So I feel like she's doing it, and what she's doing is she's like you're saying.
Like these are manifestations of the.
I feel like it's
of the guilt she feels for leaving the other hosts in the hereafter.
Probably.
Well, I know, but she left a failsafe for that.
But yeah,
Bernard's the failsafe to go get them. That's what he's supposed to be doing.
Well,
hasn't done it yet this season.
That's what he's on his way to do to change. He's pulling a whole Doctor Strange on us right now. He's like, I've seen it all the different ways, this can happen for the outcome. But the only way for this to work is I got to do this, and this has to line up with this. And so he's doing that whole thing right now. So
he's trying to orchestrate the greater good.
Yeah, so he's trying to basically make the world. Basically, he's trying to save the humans from being extinct. Is what he's trying to do.
Counterintuitive for a robot they all want to kill.
Right. So it's I don't know. I just feel like, but like I said, for Dolores, I feel like that's what's going on with her. Per se, like she's feeding off of that, and she doesn't realize because something. Remember when she got killed, or when she got wiped? Not wiped, but like whatever.
Deleted. Yeah.
It kind of like it messed up her. Because she doesn't realize who she is. So she's living this life. She's thinking I'm this person.
Like a programmer's just trying to put it all back together.
But she's really Dolores, and then she's gonna come to the realization after. I feel like it's gonna lead up to her realizing this is who I really am.
I think that's the storyline they're doing. I just really don't. I don't know if the world she's in is real. Like obviously, by the end of the season, they're gonna have to get her back to Dolores.
Yeah,
and that could be season 5's arc that she's not the superhero this time.
That makes sense because
she's out of the play.
Shut down.
Yeah,
she got shut down, so she's probably in her head right now.
Like think of other shows where you've got you've got the Neo. Sorry, you've got the Neo, or that one character that's overpowered, like 11, right?
Yeah.
11 had to sit most of this season out, gaining her powers back, doing her Rocky IV thing, right? Training in the woods, running up the stairs. So I think that's kind of this season for her, is that she's been the drive of 3 seasons with subplots for Maeve. And honestly, Will's plot's been kind of subplot. So, yeah, depending on which
Will for Zazzy.
Oh, well, hate Will, love William. 2 shows, right? But, yeah, so I think she's doing the hero's journey again. She has to go from scratch, like season 1, figure out who she is. But it's where is she right now? And will end up being the same as Maeve, where she is going to eventually figure out that she's in a simulation and break her way out.
Probably. Because like, she got wiped out the way season 3 ended. She got turned off, whatever. So she could probably just
not turned off. They said deleting, delete. Like just keep deleting shit until we get to what we want. And then they find out later that the key wasn't even she didn't even put the key in there. She saved it with Bernard. And I want to see what's going on in the Westworld with the Westworld hosts, like where all these mines are sitting.
Yeah.
Because that still doesn't make any sense to me.
Remember what he said. Remember what forget the character's name. What he said to the guy said to Bernard when he went in, because remember he put himself back in Westworld, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, Westworld, yeah, you can do whatever you want here. Like, this, what do you want to do? And he's like, oh, like you can go back, but you know what I mean? Like understand that you basically sign your death warrant. Like, you know what I mean? Like the odds of you doing what you're trying to do is pretty much impossible.
Bongo Time,
right? So, Good thing. Right? So I feel like, with that being said, the fact that he's like, he chose to come back and chose to, help out. I feel
Bernard
like,
did?
Yeah.
He has no choice. I'm pretty sure we find out she kind of programmed him, so I don't think he has any like.
Yeah, but if you think
I think
about it-
Bernard is the character with has had the least amount of choice. I mean, even over Stokes.
No, but I feel like the reason why I feel like
Bernard's a puppet.
there's something there is because, remember, she doesn't want to. She programmed him so if she goes too far, something could stop her, right? So I feel like yes, it's part of his programming, but at the same time, it's also something that he wants to do because you know how they all have because Maeve has her thing where she has her own whatever.
Oh shit!
They all have their own.
We forgot one character to say where they were at the end of season 3. Pinkman was the leader of the rebellion.
Oh shit!
Right, like he's like the most crucial character of the whole season. And surprisingly inconsequential in season 4.
Right?
Like he's there, but that's it. We'll be back in just 1 second, and we'll get talking about where. Wait, what's his character's name? Paul? No, that's his character. Fuck. God, is it? It's not. Now I can just think of Jesse, and it's not Jesse, but I want to call him Jesse. I can't stop saying Jesse. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
He was always a little crazy, right up until the end. He spent all day in the forest with imaginary friends, until one day his mental health, it took a real downfall. He said, I hate all of my friends, and I want to kill you all. Christopher Robin. Christopher who? He wants to kill Winnie the Pooh. Christopher Robin. Christopher who? He wants to kill Winnie the Pooh.
And if you were wondering, that is a single from my band that is coming out on our EP that, I don't know, will probably never come out. It's been recorded for like 2 years. We've re-recorded a bunch of parts of it, but yeah, so it's my band. That is our new song, Christopher Robin, which is about if Christopher Robin did go insane and tried to, like, what if Christopher Robin's, like, whole experience was not liking his imaginary friends and over again just killing them. We wrote a song about it. You know Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
It's pretty messed up though.
Well, we have a full album out already. Yes, that's the band name. Thank you very much. We have a full album out. We did an album. It's funny. We did our CD release party on New Year's Eve. Remember?
Yes.
And played and brought the New Year in on stage, and then
Caleb.
The next night. Oh right, Caleb. Yep. The next day, my guitar player is like, "So yeah, since I'm having the baby, I'm gonna need to take a couple months off and shit." I'm like, "All right, cool." We usually don't usually do a CD release party and then just put the band on hold. But then 2 months later, the dark time started. So yeah, we never got to tour our last album, but we're coming out with a new EP and a follow. We're just gonna do EPs from now on, and eventually probably focus just on Twitch and other live means. Only do like Gussapalooza and play the Queens twice a year. But that aside, back to. I'm not sure why I just gave a whole ad for my band. I never pump my band at all. Like even on Facebook, I don't advertise my band. No one ever comes to our shows except other bands.
Well,
our only fans are industry people.
Well,
no, I know, but like even like we don't. But like all of our fans are industry people. Like everyone from the band scene comes to see us, and then we just don't advertise our music much, even though we're on radio and have a. Anyways, and stoned. So Caleb, back to Westworld. Caleb is, which is Jesse Pinkman's character. He's left the leader of the rebellion. Kind of, right? Like he kind of is control of, or he's started the rebellion, and we leave him on the bridge with Maeve. Like, what do we do now? We go fight a war. And then we come to. Do they do a years later slide? We just know that the war is over.
Yeah, it didn't say how. I don't think it said how long.
It seems long enough for him to find a woman and have like a 6-year-old.
Yeah, he has a kid. Yeah, so it's been time.
Time. He has a war baby. Finger guns. Oh, you didn't say it.
Huh?
You didn't say it.
Didn't say what? Until what? Finger guns. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah. But yes. Yeah. So he has a kid.
Yes,
He has a
who's
girl.
teaching how to shoot
teaching
and how to
do
set up
super paranoid
perimeter
like him.
lighting.
Yeah. Super PTSD. Baby.
That's a damn good father.
I know. I agree.
Listen, again, we warn you with our
in his defense, yes.
our about page. We're going to talk about others, but with the way the world's going, you should be teaching your kids how to do this shit too. But yeah, so he's a good dad.
Yeah.
If not a little.
You know, the mom's a little bit whiny, and she's like, "Oh, no offense, no offense."
It's so mean.
She's like, "Oh, you're paranoid. You're paranoid." Finds out he's not paranoid.
No, motherfucker's trying to kill someone on his front
Literally on his
doorstep.
front
Like, oh,
doorstep.
okay, yeah, no,
He's
you're
like,
right.
"Oh, to take her inside." "Oh, I thought you were always paranoid," and like it was like a whole thing. So that kind of annoyed me because
No, I kind of liked it. Like, no, this is justified.
He's been telling you like, "Oh,
well,
yeah."
when you don't see it every day, like she's right. She's like, oh wow, we have a. I didn't know we had a finger guns command.
We do.
Duck cover, look out! Drew has his fingers out. Oh my god! I honestly, corn nips. I have to.
You're the best. You're the best. For
I
that
feel
one.
like we need to pay you. We're gonna have to send you a little gift pack for all that you do around here.
Yeah, because that's amazing.
That is some high quality H2O right there. Thank you very much for all that you do, and of course, thank you to everybody that comes out every night and watches
guys.
this
Thank you.
stoner dribble.
But yeah,
That plays stuff like.
I thought that's your favorite clip.
It is.
It literally feels like it's your favorite clip.
It absolutely is. It's because I'm pretty sure now everyone in chat knows what happens next. And it's some of the greatest television ever made. If not, the proof that television is dead. Right? Like,
it's pretty.
You had to go back to the 70s, you wanted to see something that gory on television, right? And then the 80s took the FCC, and 90s it got more buckled down in 2000s, and now it's kind of like everything's like Dora the Explorer until like 9 o'clock at night, and then everything's just sex.
Everything's just, yeah.
But I still think TV's dead, and that dick explosion is fucking proof.
Because that was...
Streaming and content is winning. However, what we're watching is a prime example of why there is still a modicum of good television left in Westworld and their writing.
Very good. But yes. Caleb.
That everything you throw out there seems to stick. You're a good shit thrower, and that's what we appreciate about you.
You're top notch.
Caleb kills a lot of people, and he gets beat up a lot.
Yeah.
He is not, like, in season 3, he is a badass, like straight up badass. No one's taking down Jesse Pinkman now.
Yeah.
No more crying, no more blue crack. Or blue meth. He's just fucking, he's the man. And then season 4, he's right back just kind of getting his ass kicked. Yeah. But in season 3, he's beating up humans. Every time he has to battle a host, he kind of gets thrown around and like, kind of does the captain or anything. I can do this all day, but like, I'm not going to win. I'm just going to keep you here. And then season 4 is just all hosts, and he's getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
Like,
you think?
If anything, he's just there to keep.
No, well, I guess the whole premise is the fact that he's the human.
Yeah,
that's gonna save
fighting
the
with
humans. Like he's like the. He's gonna be like the king.
Oh, he'll be crucial to saving
like,
the hosts.
Yeah, like or like, you know what I mean. Like I feel like he's the thing that ties them together.
I'm thinking in the end, maybe him and Stokes in the end will end up being somehow the thing that helps the humans and hosts bond.
Something, yeah.
Like because eventually they have to be going to either critical mass or utopia. Like either we're blowing the fuck up and having a war, and that's how this ends. Like everyone's dead, or Dolores dies creating the utopia, and Maeve. Like they have to kill off that circle outside of, like, Stokes is just there to help. Like I think he's the human like they're the counterparts of each other now. You know what I mean? Like the human Stokes is Caleb.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Or the robot Caleb is Stokes, and they're on each side just getting dragged along, having to help, and hope that's where they'll maybe find some common ground. And
Yeah.
because I can't see them going past 6
seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
If they do, it's got to get dry.
Is it gonna get to 5?
It will. Yeah. I think 5. Like I think it'll end at the end of season 5. But if they get real greedy, they'll go to 6. If they go to 7, I'll have lost all faith in the show.
Right?
How many layers can you do?
Yeah, you can't. It's gonna ruin it.
We went through the West, the East, the real world simulation because of the AI controlling everything. Because that's still a form of simulation, right? Like you're living in a fake utopia. So yeah, like, and now in season 4, it seems like the aftermath of everything, and where do the humans and hosts land now that there's no control, right? It was.
I got James. Come back to YouTube.
We are on YouTube right now, literally on YouTube this second. I'm watching us on YouTube. I can see me on YouTube right now. So season 1, we're figuring out what the control parameters are. Season 2, we're shedding the control of the hosts. Season 3, we're shedding the control of the humans. Now season 4, it seems like we're just gonna see, like it seems like a good place to end. Like see where that now what happens when the hosts and humans don't have controls on them. What do they do with each other, or what are the new controls? No chatters on YouTube at all right now, I don't think. I have my chat open, but I don't know. Why'd you unsubscribe? Yeah, so I think this should be the last season if they wanted to write a really good arc for everybody. But I think this season's going to kind of be like Infinity War or The Hollows Part 1. This is going to be a really long setup for where everybody needs to be in the chess game for Endgame.
Alright.
Is that kind of way out to the
Well, it depends.
birth?
Depends on who gets killed. Because if certain people get killed, if certain key people get killed, or a person gets killed, then you know it's like, okay, well, they might just end it here.
I mean, the
You
only
won't
thing
be able to carry it, sir. So we couldn't even carry it so far if you kill certain.
at this fucking point, the only person that has any consequence of dying is Caleb.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is
He
not.
dies. No coming back.
He's like the only human left in the story.
Yeah, everyone else is a host at this point.
Yeah.
Host or
Everyone's a host.
No, they're all hosts. They're all hosts. Whoa. Yeah, they're all hosts.
Yeah. Government officials, cops. They're not cops, but like agents.
No, wait. There was that senator's wife, but she went crazy, and they killed her.
Yeah. And she got a host replacement. Just
No,
like.
they killed the host replacement, then they killed her.
Oh, yeah.
They found her, and then you realize, oh, okay, yeah, her brain's broken. So
Yeah.
Maeve killed her because she's like, yeah, she was gone. But yes, yeah, no, Caleb's definitely the only.
Well, I mean, how would you react to seeing yourself kill your husband?
Well, how would I react if I see myself kill my husband?
Speaking of which, how is James? No, and I didn't mean that's James. James is just the first name that came to mind. Bongo Time for sure.
But yeah, I don't know, that makes sense. Especially because these are people who don't even know. Well, I don't know. I would assume the senators would have heard of Westworld. They seem.
Oh, everyone. But that's why they have to take people over, because as they're coming to them for Delos, like, listen, you're still hot. Like, you're still too hot to touch.
Yeah, but I feel like, but then that shouldn't be as shocking, because then you know that at this point, if you see that, that's probably a robot from Westworld, because you've heard of it.
Oh, no, I mean,
I
inside that's why they're having to replace people, is because everyone, the company's, like, tarnished because of the Westworld massacre. So Delos goes around trying to make partnerships, trying to get things done with the Senate and stuff, and they're like, nah, you're too hot, we can't touch you. It's like, even though I paved your way, I know what you paid for, but you had a massacre, I can't touch you right now. He's like, all right, well, I'm gonna kill you then, motherfucker. And that's how it goes. So now that's how she's regaining the company's worldwide trust, is just by replacing anybody that won't do what she says, because like they were powerful enough for people just to do what that company said, but since the massacre, they no longer are. Do you know what I mean?
Makes sense, makes
So
sense, makes sense.
she's using the hosts not only to plant the world, to also make sure that she doesn't have to buy people or worry about the aftermath anymore.
Makes sense.
Oh, I slurp too much. Like it would be all
Sorry,
new
guys.
levels of ASMR.
I forgot the ball. I apologize.
I just wasn't gonna bring it up and hope they didn't notice. It's like,
Yeah, I forgot the ball, guys.
when you don't have your kids' teddy bear that they want to go to sleep with, you don't bring it up to them like, oh, sorry, we left it at the park. You're like, nah, hope she doesn't notice. Go to bed.
Sure. Now that it is brought up, I apologize. I apologize. But yeah.
Really? Was it 2 weeks ago? Beginning of July, roughly? You put out a video about, well, it was just a breakdown of why John Watts left, and that, he really wanted to do an origin story on July 15th, so it was only a week ago? Yeah, so just over a week ago. But how, John Watts really wanted to do a great fucking video. Wanted to do an origin story and really wanted to die. So John Watts is from Spider-Man. Just did the last 3. He's like, he got robbed of doing, and this is all information from Small Screen. And could you actually put Small Screen in the chat for me? John Watts did the 3 Spider-Man movies, and he was absolutely fucking fantastic with them. But he kind of got robbed of doing a true origin story because nobody on the planet at that moment wanted to see fucking Peter get bit again. Actually, James just did it. Thank you very much, sir. Wanted to see Peter get fucking bit again. And no one wanted to see Ben die again. Like, can we just move on? We know the origin. The whole world knows the origin. He's the most famous. He's like the 3rd most famous superhero of all time. Jerry, like, it's like Superman, Batman. Well, you can go back and forth which one's actually more famous. They're both infamous. And then Spider-Man, in my opinion. Agreed?
I agree.
For like recognition worldwide.
Yeah.
Like right now, Spider-Man probably more than anything for this generation, but in my age, it would have been Superman and Batman and then Spider-Man, even though I was a big Marvel fan. But sorry, John Watts didn't get to do a real origin story at that point. So when he was offered the Fantastic Four script, I guess he went into it to like, I want this. But the really good broken down details are in that video, so check that out. And follow them on Twitch and YouTube. Their lives aren't often anymore, but they're awesome when they are. And their videos post often, and they, honestly, they're one of the more insightful pages on YouTube. And they hold an opinion. Where a lot of, like, they're nice, but they'll say if what's wrong with something. Where a lot of other channels, I love Eric Voss and New Rockstars and Screen Rant, but they're all they're very pro. And Eric Voss will say this could have been improved. He's very constructive, and I agree with that too. And James is also can be very constructive and do it. But there's a time to just say, no, that was fucking stupid. That sucked. This is a problem. And Small Screen has absolutely no problem pointing out when this is a genuine issue. And a lot of the other guys are just too shilly because they all want the Marvel passes. And it pays off to not piss off the mouse too bad. Meaning we're never getting on there. The mouse is never inviting Stay Lifted to the red carpet.
I might have to jump ship.
You go to Small Screen, and I can promise you inevitably you will. They're eventually going to be invited to more and more larger events for sure.
I know where I'm headed.
I'm pretty sure Edward already does a lot of the major events in France. Like he goes to a lot of stuff. Like, look at the guests they get. It's insane. Like they get a lot of great guests, and they've invited us on. And like Zach and I have been on an episode with the writer from Superman and Batman the animated series. Those 2 animated, like one of the producers. Or
Cool.
yeah, I think he produced Superman, and might have directed. He was involved in both in some way, but yeah, just awesome guy. He's just like, keep the bombs off the table until after we're done the interview part. Like, no problem, no smoking on air, and because you wanted to be able to use the interview, and every time we smoked, you wouldn't be able to. So we cleared off the table, and then after that part was kind of over, like, all right, we're ripping bongs. But great channel. But also, James programmed that, or made that for us. Yeah, so I haven't seen the end of 4, and 5's out. We're going to be watching that soon. That's kind of where everybody is. There's a war, and we're not really sure who all the players are yet. Because there's clearly somebody else in the background here.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't believe this is all Dolores 2.
Probably the government. I would say the
Sorry, yeah, Batman Beyond and Justice League Unlimited.
Nice. That's sick. That's pretty cool.
And now he's a co-host on your podcast. I really got to start listening to podcasts. I can't listen to people talk if I can't watch it. It's really weird.
I could, for depending on like if it's a video, I know what like it's a video. It's different because I can listen to it. I'm like, okay.
People keep suggesting while I drive do it on long trips. So I'm like, I guess so, but like I always start to trip off with like loud hip hop or metal or punk to like, all right, let's get energized and drive for the next 4 hours. My stereo wasn't exactly designed for talk radio. Do you know what I mean? Although I spent a lot of nights coming back from Espanola listening to Coast to Coast. Do you know that crazy AM like 640 show? It's kind of like conspiracy, like way before the world got this weird. It talk about Bigfoot and Loch Ness and and some like real things and like fringe science stuff, and that's actually how my band got its name. On one of their shows, they had a guest. He was kind of like Joe Rogan, but old and crazy. Like if Joe Rogan and the Captain had a kid, but he was the Captain's age. That was a reference around here. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Sorry. But they were talking about, they had a guest on that was talking about the reason why we couldn't photograph Bigfoot. And it's because they're interdimensional beings. And they zip in and out of our dimension through portals. And even worse, they've shared this technology with the Canadian government in return for helping cover it all up. And I got back from a trip for Espanola, and we're having pizza at my office when we're jamming, and I'm really stoned, and we had all day practice kind of writing music and shit. We didn't have a name yet. And I told this story, and John looks at me just straight face. He's like, so there's a real Bigfoot portal crisis then? And I literally just wrote it on a pizza box, and I wish I would have kept the pizza box. And that was our name from there on in. And then a couple weeks later, we were at a open jam, and Aaron Casey was just fucked, which often was. And he announced us as giant squirrel scrotum problem. Anyways.
I did not know that.
I know how you feel. There's a... Listen, I said I would never watch Twitch. I'm not kidding. When Zach showed me Twitch, I'm like, I don't understand this. And when other people showed me Twitch, it wasn't until he showed me Fantastic Plastics that it made any sense. I'm like, oh, you watch really good musicians and you interact with them. You could have said that from the beginning. Instead, he showed me shit like Goat versus Fish, Amaranth, and a dude fixing the back end of his Twitch live on air, getting like, what is any of this? Like, I don't understand.
Amaranth.
Yeah, like, why would you show me this? Like, you're like, no, I can't watch that. It makes no sense to me.
So you can't do the...
And then he shows me Fantastic Plastics, Glow Stick Willie, and Sabrina. I'm like, if you would have started here, I would have been on board instantly. So, anyways. Yeah, we all end up doing things we didn't think we'd ever do. Oh, no, that's why I brought it all the way back around. I love Twitch now. It's like the second most used form of entertainment for me. Well, I guess third, because first is all the films and TV shows we watch, second is gaming, and then third is Twitch. But all those kind of happen at the same time now. Media overload.
Yeah, it's kind of blended.
We got way off topic there. So even when Zach's not here, we get way off topic just after 11. I thought that was always Zach's fault. Monday we held it together. So, James, that James guy, if you are still out there, what were your thoughts? Tell us some of your favorite, like, what was your favorite reveal for Marvel? SDCC. Are you for real? That's amazing. Disney's, thank you. I can't believe that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if anybody else knows what was dropped, let me know. Oh, wow. Mr. Jute's awesome. Thank you very much, James. You both are very awesome. We're not in StreamYard anymore. And using Streamlabs isn't set up really the same for sharing screen. We hadn't done it in a long time, and we wanted some of the functionality and things that we can do with Streamlabs, so now we're solely in Streamlabs. And honestly, I just haven't figured out how to properly bring someone in, because we keep meaning to bring Ryan in because he lives far away. And we want to interview people still that aren't here, so we inevitably have to figure out how to do this. Yeah. So I apologize. We can not currently bring people in. And we talked pretty heavily about what... Oh, I guess if he's... I don't think... no one's logged in. Okay. By next stream, we'll be able to do this. I don't like live testing things, because I just end up just, like, not paying attention to anything else I'm doing, and you guys are just watching a blank screen. But my favorite... You're on speaker with Barry and Drew. How you doing tonight?
What's up, man?
I wonder if that works.
Hello.
There you go. Yes. So what was your favorite part about SDCC?
Oh, I can actually hear myself.
Yeah. I have a hot mic and a good phone.
I would have to say that my favorite part of SDCC was the Kang Dynasty, and the Avengers movie after that was at Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Secret Wars is just one movie, but I think it's just titled that, kind of like Endgame.
Yeah, I think that's gonna probably end up.
Dynasty is gonna be like Secret Wars Part 1, right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah. What do you think about Henry Cavill coming on stage for Warner Brothers?
I don't think I watched that.
He didn't.
No, honestly, I watched a bunch of the Marvel couch interviews, and I watched Feige and some of the red carpet in general, but yes, I heavily focused on the Marvel releases, because I looked up what WB and Disney were doing, or WB and DC were doing, and I'm like, they're not really doing enough. But what did Henry Cavill do?
Nothing. He didn't, like, Deadline reported that there was a buzz that Henry Cavill was going to show up, and then, like, even, like, Mike Gigassy said that there's a rumor that they're going to announce Man of Steel 2, and all the sites ran with it, and all the Snyder fans, like, the hardcore ones got their hopes up, and then I went on a Snyder fan stream while everyone was waiting, and then everyone was trashing all the other movies, like, they were calling it Shazam, and Screw James Gunn, and Suicide Squad, and all that stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, this is why I can't be a part of this fandom anymore, because, man, why do you have to bash other movies? Don't bash other movies just because they're not Zack Snyder. And then everyone got all upset with me, and I had to leave. But it was pretty fun. But yeah, the whole Henry Cavill thing, it's like Cavill Gate or something. It's just nuts. And yeah, where's my ankle pics?
Yours is the last one.
Put that together yet?
Yours is the last one on the video.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Show me.
All right, well.
Good ankle cam.
Please.
Ooh.
He was always
It will be playing on your
crazy,
screen right now.
right up until the end. He spends all day in the forest with imaginary friends, until one day his mental health It took a real downfall. He said, I hate all of my friends, and I want to kill you all. Christopher Robin. Christopher who? He wants to kill Winnie the Pooh. Christopher Robin. Christopher who? He wants to kill Winnie the Pooh.
There it is.
And we're back. So yeah, the Kang Dynasty, I'm really excited for. I've been excited for Kang since Loki gave it to us, and he was kind of like, as soon as we saw Chronopolis in the Microverse, I've been excited since then, which is probably the only thing that I really love about Ant-Man. Great movies, they're funny, they're cute, they're just not my favorite Marvel movies.
I'm more excited to see my Jack Skellington ankles. My ankles don't get enough press. You know?
I'll redo the video and I'll end cap it. I'll start and end.
For a man. That's funny. Oh no. Yeah, I like the Ant-Man films, man. Honestly, I think Ant-Man 2 is the best out of the duo right now.
Yes.
Evangeline Lilly kicked ass in that movie.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
But it was just like as soon as they showed that the Chronopolis, that little bubble that we all overanalyzed for 2-3 years until we, or what is it, like 3-4 years until we got to Ant-Man, or until we got to Loki, and then there's Kang, confirmation that there's a possibility Chronopolis exists. So excited.
What did you think of? You heard the news that the director of Shang-Chi is directing Kang Dynasty, right?
It's an interesting pick. He made a pretty movie. The action was good. I see no problem with it, but it was a very specific type of, like, it was our first real martial arts Marvel film. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of his films, so he did a good job with Shang-Chi, so he clearly likes the topics.
As long as the cinematography doesn't look like Shang-Chi, I mean, like, it was a fun movie. We enjoyed it when we watched it. But as long as, like the problem I have with that movie is all the outfits are, like, super clean.
Yeah.
They go to, like, this martial arts village, and, like, all of their costumes are, like, oh, they just made them. They just came out of wardrobe, you know?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Book of Boba Fett, right? They're on Tatooine, and all their clothes are clean and nice and pressed. It just took me out. And it just looked like any other Marvel movie. I mean, they had freaking Bill Pope, the cinematographer of The Matrix, and a bunch of other great films, and then they just made it look like another Marvel movie. So why even get him?
Yeah.
You know? So I'm kind of worried about that, to be honest with you.
Well,
but I am going to look up Destin Daniel Cretton. That's the director, see what else he's done.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to look that up and check that out too. Now, with your video about the overall sheen of Marvel back after Shang-Chi, after Eternals? Had Eternals come out when you did that video?
Oh, it was basically, it's called Why the Film Industry Needs to Restore the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
And it's not because, it's because Zack Snyder, he's a good visual director. And his films are different than what, like, basically it's just saying the whole point of the film, I used Why the Film Industry Needs to Restore the Snyderverse to get clicks, but the whole point of the video essay is that Marvel, the film industry owes a debt to Kevin Feige and Marvel, but now he's dropped the ball and he's really got to pick it up because it's the same aesthetic. They all look the same. Same with, like, and it's the Disney factor. Like,
So,
all
like,
the Star Wars films all the Star Wars shows look the same. The only one that I've really enjoyed has been Miss Marvel.
So with that, with when you put that out, with Spider-Man, Multiverse of Madness, Thor, and I think that's all that's come out since then. Was there a television show? Yeah, Moon Knight. Would you continue that exact same line of thinking, or has any of these changed your mind with their appearance?
I saw Eternals afterwards, and they tried. Like, Eternals looked different, and they were trying, like, from some classic film cinematography, and I enjoyed that. But everything else past that
Yeah.
Holy crap.
What about
Doctor
Moon
Strange
Knight?
reminded me of like a 1950s B movie where the scientist has to fight a giant ant. Like that part when he comes out of the church during the wedding.
Yeah.
You see his hair; it just looks like an old B sci-fi movie. And he jumps over the balcony and gets his cape.
But it's a Raimi film. That's kind of what you
and
expect.
There wasn't enough Raimi. There wasn't enough. Well, yeah, but there's cheese Raimi, and then there's the Marvel plastic aesthetic, so everything looks good on a green screen.
That's true. Now, after Moon Knight, I feel like Moon Knight attempted to get a different aesthetic in a lot of places. Now, the daytime scenes, France, the hills of, I think they're in Belize, or no, Berlin, or maybe, I don't remember where he is, where he wakes up in that little quaint town. But, like, there was some scenes that were definitely Marvel, but there was a lot of good scenes that didn't have that feel. What did you think of that one?
I liked Moon Knight, and Scotty Meggs, thanks, man. But I'm the producer. I am on the podcast, but it's more so Edward. He's got the nice British voice. So
I read on the internet that everyone seems to want more James in the videos.
yeah, someone keeps leaving that in the comments. Why? Like, what's going on?
Edward's got a great voice, and so does Clint. Clint's awesome. He's so happy and energetic and loves the world.
Yes, it's a good contrast between my low-key, always tired voice. But Moon Knight was good, but everyone was like freaking out over that fight scene. They were saying it was so good. When they were like, they weren't in like the desert, but it was like this compound.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, that fight scene was badass. I'm like, what are you? Like, no, man. There's too many edits. It's just, I see what they're going for, but it's still like, really. I don't know, man. It was just like factoryized or whatever. I just made up a word, but
well, no, I agree with you because like there's scenes where they did it really well. The bathroom scene, it's shot, it's framed, set up beautifully. But then there's other scenes that reminded me of like the transition scenes in Transformers 1, where I'm like, how did the cartoon in 1988 get the transformation better than you're doing it right now with the world's best computers? Like, what the fuck is going on? And that's what it felt like. Like, all of a sudden, they just didn't care about how the cape looked as it was moving around and stuff. In other places, it looked beautiful, so...
Yeah, but see, that's too reliant on visual effects. Like, good cinematography and good filmmaking starts with what the camera can capture in the lens, right?
Yes,
but
like, if you look at Black Panther...
It's the old adage in film. Yeah, it's the old adage in film. It's like, we'll fix it in post. You never say we'll fix it in post. That is just, you know this, you're a director now. If you ever say we'll fix it in post, I'm going to fly out there and smack you in the face. But yeah, to go back to the example you were going to say, the ending of Black Panther was like you're watching a PS2 cutscene. Completely understand what you mean.
Yeah, and then again, other parts of Black Panther have this beautiful cinematography, these beautiful shots at like wide angle and shit. And the technology blends in perfect, like the opening scene of them entering Wakanda. In the first movie, like that is a perfect blend. It is beautifully shot.
Agreed.
And then all of a sudden, it's like Spawn, the movie, and fucking at the end of the movie, like, well, what happened here? Like, you are the richest movie house on the planet. Make a good, like, don't mess that part up.
I think a lot of it is now it's like fix it in post, right? And then after that, they're like, okay, if that's not done, we will send a patch to the streaming service and we'll fix it then too. Because that's what they're all doing now. Like in Book of Boba Fett, you could see the scaffolding in one of the scenes on Tatooine, and then they fix it the next day, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like Gene's guy and The Mandalorian. So that's been happening a lot now. But I don't know, I think even with having Sam Raimi on board and Doctor Strange, it still feels way too much like a Marvel movie, and there wasn't enough Sam Raimi, you know?
It's true. It didn't feel like he was the DP.
No.
And he normally kind of takes control of both roles.
Yeah, and I read a quote where, like, Sam Raimi had a couple shots of Baron Mordo and Doctor Strange staring at each other, and they had the close-up eyes, like, from that Sam Raimi always does, and from... not Ennio Morricone, Sergio Leone from like The Good, Bad, and the Ugly and stuff.
Yeah, he ended up using the shot he did on Wanda in the fight scene instead of the shots he did on Mordo and Doctor Strange.
Well, no, he did get those shots in, and basically Kevin Feige just said to him, he's like, okay, fine, you do your silly stuff, you know, And I was like, wow, I didn't expect that from Kevin Feige. But yeah, like Sam Raimi really had to fight for the stuff he wanted in there. I mean, I loved when Wanda turned and looked at the camera and broke the fourth wall there. That was great. But to me, it's just, I'm kind of scared. And we saw this. I said this in the video essay. This started in Age of Ultron, and it started in Captain America: Civil War. You know, you could see the green screen, especially in the airport.
Yeah.
And in Hawkeye, man, when Hawkeye's looking over the bridge, and it's like, wow, that is such a green screen. Holy crap! It's just, I don't know. I think that the whole Disney thing, the whole push for content on Disney Plus has really put a lot of pressure on Marvel and Star Wars to put out content and to use the new volume technology soundstage.
Well, and they're not even listening to us when we're telling them.
What's that?
They're not even listening to the crowd when we're telling them it's overload. Calm down. Relax for a minute.
Yeah, but it's a huge corporation. They want their money, right?
Yeah.
Kids, like, the younger, like, we're not really a demographic anymore, to be honest with you. It's the younger kids that eat this stuff up a lot. Like, even with Star Wars, like, people that complain, like, new Star Wars is crap. And the original trilogy is good, and Kathleen Kennedy ruined my childhood. It's like, no, man, we're just not the demographic anymore. You know, we're like 45 years old. We shouldn't be bitching about some corporate executive that's made some of the best films in the last 30 years.
Well,
ruining our childhood. We have to realize we're not the demographic.
Ewan McGregor did an interview for GQ, and he kind of addressed the first three that he was in, the prequels. And Ewan McGregor.
Okay.
Obi-Wan. He addressed the first three and the dissidence between the fact that they sold, but critically were beaten up. And he said, honestly, now I'm seeing the aftermath of that is the kids that watched it in the 90s, the children that it was marketed for and made for, to be a whole new demographic for them. They're coming up to him now going, you know, like, you were my favorite hero of my childhood, the same way we thought that of Luke. So
yeah, no, that's my point.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now,
and like a lot of people bashed on the prequels when they came out, but after about 5 or 10 years, we started to see online people really loved it, right? And then all of a sudden now it's like it's their Luke Skywalker, it's their Han Solo.
Yeah, 2 and 3 have really grown. Like 3, I thought was a great film. I thought it was well acted, a little ham-fisted put together, but I thought it was a good movie. 2, however, has grown on me. 1 never will.
No, you want to talk about politics and trade tariffs and everything, go watch episode 1.
Yeah.
Episode 3, I swear that Steven Spielberg directed that last scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
I mean, and that's one of the reasons I love the film is the transformation of Anakin to Darth Vader, and not to do any spoilers on Obi-Wan, but we talked about it already. The reveal when he's like, "You think you killed Anakin Skywalker?" No, I killed Anakin. Like, whatever, I'm paraphrasing, but like that's just a confirmation of what the first 3 movies were truly about, was his transformation alone.
Exactly.
No one else's real influence in it past. Because, like, even if the Emperor wouldn't have intervened, inevitably Anakin most likely would have done more evil shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone that easily influenced, obviously, is just easily influenced.
I have a couple questions about the Obi-Wan finale, if you want to answer them.
Sure.
Okay. First of all, why did Reva try and go kidnap Luke and kill him? What was her motivation for that? Because she already expressed to Obi-Wan that she was on his side and she wanted to kill Vader. So what was the point?
Well, I feel like she felt betrayed by Obi-Wan in the end. So knowing that that was Obi-Wan's charge to care for, given that she listened to the horribly, again, ham-fistedly dropped, what are those called? Holocrons? No, that's...
Oh.
Yeah, like she picks up the disc thing with the message on it.
Yeah, right.
The voicemail. And like that was horribly landed. But yeah, she was mad at Obi-Wan, I'm thinking, and knowing that that was clearly his charge, and that's why he was going to go there and take over because she thought Obi-Wan was dead. I think that's why she went after Luke, and she realized that she couldn't do what Anakin did.
Yeah, but see, that to me was forced because it doesn't make sense. Because why would she want to go after Obi-Wan? Her goal was not to get Obi-Wan; it was to get Darth Vader.
She spent her whole career going after Jedi, and Obi-Wan in her mind. I think at that moment, if Obi-Wan hadn't left her there alone, they would have been able to take Vader together or something. I think in her mind she felt betrayed, and in the end she realized that she couldn't continue this anger.
They didn't show that. They didn't show that at all.
Am I way overreading the situation?
I think what you're doing is you're filling in plot holes.
It could be, yeah, just because of my love of the overall canon and watching a lot of how they wrote stories in other properties properly. I guess that's more how I would have written it. But now I have to go rewatch it for the 4th time to see if I am inferring.
There was no character motivation at all for her to get Luke Skywalker except to put in some suspense for the audience. To endanger Luke, that's done nothing through the whole series. But we still know Luke is going to survive, so it would, you know, and B, Reva should have died. You know, it's Darth Vader. Like,
for the second time.
Read the comic books. He should have just killed her, but they didn't kill her because they want to use the character again.
Darth Vader has stabbed you to death twice and you didn't die.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, that's another franchise convenience. And then the third thing I wanted to ask you is, what do you think about the lightsaber fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, or Darth Vader and Obi-Wan? Never mind that it was cut in between Reva going to get Luke Skywalker, which completely let all the air out of that fight.
Oh, wrecked the pacing. They had such perfect pacing till that first cut.
What did you think of the shaky cam? It's the first time we've seen shaky cam on a lightsaber fight.
So, I'm going to answer this question in 2 sides, because one, as a massive Star Wars fan, this was a fucking stupid fight that shouldn't have happened. Especially if you know the canon and you love the characters, why are you messing with this? They come on. No, that really bothered me that they even told these stories. Obi-Wan has a bunch of other stories, even on Tatooine, while he's just living there, that they didn't need to bring Christian back for this. They could bring him back soon, and I know they were setting up Vader, but I don't know. It felt really forced, and I didn't like that. Second, as just someone that loves...
To respond to that really quickly. We talked about this at length, and I agree with you, and we all agree with you, but we talked about this at length on the first episode, or the second episode, or both actually, of the Small Screen Podcast, where you can listen anywhere you get your podcast. So Spotify, Apple, wherever you want. That's the Small Screen Podcast. All right, Barry, I'm done plugging.
No problem. And second, as just a fan of, like, lightsaber battles and, you know, these characters to fight and their whole overall, like, member berries, excitement, look at what's going on. It was a great fight. The shaky cam didn't really bother me much, and I thought the pacing of the fight was going really good until I got to look at Reva again. Like, what are you doing? Someone needs to recut that so it's just the fight. Because that line, when his face is tore open and he's now lost slightly, I guess, to Obi-Wan again. And that whole line, no, I killed Anakin Skywalker. Like, that is still one of the most impactful lines I've ever heard in Star Wars. It was just perfectly delivered. It was a great tense scene, but it's still overclouded by the fact that they shouldn't have seen each other then.
I agree. And what do you think of, so we have to show his face, so let's damage his helmet just so we can see the left side of his face. You know, like in Batman v Superman, when Superman's fighting Batman, we gotta show Ben Affleck's face.
Yeah.
That took me out too. But as soon as the shaky cam is like, if you're trying to use that in a fight scene. Especially a lightsaber duel. It's the first time we've seen a lightsaber duel with shaky cam.
I really feel like they were trying to mimic 4, 5, 6's pacing and telling the story in Obi-Wan. I'm not really sure why, and that's why I think that scene happens the way it does. Because they couldn't take the mask off entirely. He wasn't dying, like when he asks Luke to take it off. Let me see you with my own eyes.
Yeah.
Because like all these people have to turn into those people in 9.5 years.
Right.
Like, I guess there's a lot of time between then and we see Vader for the first time. That's in the second movie. We see Vader for the first time without his mask, right? But I mean, come on. Like these Obi-Wan is supposed to look like Sir Patrick. Shit, why do I always mess up his last name?
McGinnis.
Yeah, McGinnis. Alec McGinnis. In 10 years? 9.5 years.
You know what? That's a suspension of disbelief, and I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'm
because,
in.
You know, he was cast in the. But I want to bitch about the shaky cam, man. Like, how is that acceptable? It's a lightsaber fight is supposed to be like a ballet, but supercharged. And then if you throw in a shaky cam, it's like, to me, that's, and I'm sure Deborah Chow is like she's a great Canadian director, but like that is like, you don't know how to do an action scene, so we're just gonna throw. And then even in the bird's eye shot, it was shaky cam, and even Edward got taken out of that for that. But okay, so I can tell you guys don't care about shaky cam, so I'm gonna move on to Reva.
No. I was gonna.
Captured Obi-Wan.
I think shaky cam kind of fits because I get your argument about how it's supposed to be a nice ballet, but through the cartoons and through kind of Vader or Anakin turning into Vader, his battles, with the exception of 4, 5, 6, which clearly no other movies watch right before writing theirs, his battles get progressively more and more angry. They're not ballet-like. They're impulsive. They're reactive. They're violent. They become like when he's fighting Dooku, he starts out smooth and flowy, but eventually just gets tired of doing it. Or when they show that fight when the flashback fight, he he just gets mad and beats him down with a lightsaber instead of doing anything that mimics. So I really think that shaky cam is to represent the dismay of Vader's mind and how he's not.
Bullshit. See, you're writing the script for them again.
Snoopy on the phone is that James guy. He's our executive producer out in Edmonton, Alberta. He helps us out in the background every once in a while, and he comes on to talk intelligently about the stuff that we talk stonedly about.
Reva captured
Listen,
Obi-Wan.
you and I both spent most of our lives analyzing what we thought Kevin Smith meant in one scene, or what the representation of taking the cannolis was in Godfather. Like, we've all inferred these thoughts, and then some of them become confirmed. Some are like, no, I wasn't fucking thinking that. We just shot a movie. Shut up. You know what I mean? So all of these directors today are trying to be those people. So I think more and more they lean into their the artistic free will side of storytelling, which is why some of these properties aren't following what we want them to be.
No, it's not what we want. Look, there's a difference between knowing what we want, and there's a difference between writing a good script and executing that script properly. Right? When you have a script that unfortunately has that many plot holes and things don't make sense, and just things happen just to move the plot forward in the setup moments, that is shoddy storytelling, man. I'm sorry. Like, Boba Fett did that. Mandalorian hasn't. But like an Obi-Wan did, man. Like, look at the time Reva captured Obi-Wan. She told him, I'm after Darth Vader. Darth Vader comes. She's going to give him to him. She's like, okay, go with these 2 stormtroopers in the tunnel there, and I'll lock these blast doors so I can talk to Darth Vader. Right? Nothing's going to happen. It's Obi-Wan versus 2 stormtroopers. He's not going to escape. And it's like,
to everyone's knowledge, he's the second most powerful Force user in the galaxy. He'll be fine with
So,
just
like,
2 stormtroopers, 2 clones.
Was there a scene that was cut out that, like, Reva said, go in there and then, like, chill out, and these are 2 cannon fodder, so you can take them out, and then when Vader comes, you can kill him or whatever, or like help me kill him. But no, she's like, here, go after these 2 stormtroopers. I'm gonna talk to Vader, and then we'll come get you. Like,
Hey, they wouldn't be able to have the door scene where they talk to each other to make the plan if he's not. So they just had to get him in there. They had to get him in there.
Exactly. So they put these crappy situations in so they can get to where they want to go, and it's not executed properly, and it doesn't make friggin' sense.
It's true. Every movie, every property, every story needs red shirts. Just red shirts have to be used properly.
It's not even about the red shirts. It's about
No.
the character's motivation.
I know.
But I know it's a nice red shirt drop, though.
Yeah.
Zach was right when he said this was like the Picard of Star Wars. Like,
I'm trying to find some of the good in it, but you are right. Like there was a lot that, and we said it. I was very mean about it the first time around. Like we have a whole, but like half of our like we have a folder full right now of. That's our little logo that we have up about it because it brings up so much. We have Baby Jar Jar. This has been our hashtag for a while now. Not my Leia. Now listen, every time this comes up. I say something because I know what happened to that kid that played Anakin, and we shouldn't attack her. She did decent with the property she was given at her age.
She was great. No, she was a great little actress, man.
Bad character, great actress.
Yeah.
She did what she could with what she was given. Maybe take some running lessons.
Okay, let me get this straight. You have a problem with Kid Leia, but you don't have a problem with all these plot holes. And the shaky cam of the lightsaber, like, yeah, that chase scene where she's sliding around and stuff and can't, 6 mercenaries she gets away from, like, it doesn't make sense. And right then and there, that's a red flag for the whole series.
She got away from the greatest bass player in the universe. How'd that happen?
Yeah, sweet. He
No.
was also in Get Shorty, right?
Flea?
Yeah, he was in Get Shorty.
And Back to the Future.
By Barry Sonnenfeld with John Travolta.
Oh, I love Get Shorty and
Based on Elmer Leonard's book.
What's the second one?
Be Cool.
Be Cool, yeah. Be Cool. Oh no, it's Get Shorty and Be Cool, yeah.
Have you seen the television show Get Shorty?
No.
With the guy from the IT crowd? Oh man, it is so good.
Like based on the same property?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll watch that.
It's so good.
I'll for sure watch that.
Like,
did you see these movies?
Ray Romano's in it too.
A long time ago.
Oh, wait. I think I knew it was coming because of Ray Romano, but I will. I'll check that out. As for the plot holes, like the Leia thing fits as a part of all the plot hole problems. Vader should have never been around Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan should be doing small things on Tatooine, like they could have They could have had the whole season be a live action version, bring Ray Park back and everything, of the Obi-Wan Darth Maul fight. That could have been the whole season led up to the end. And when Darth Maul got killed, you could have ended with Hayden Christensen in his tank going like, "There's a disturbance in the Force." My God, perfect show ending, great, move on. That could have been all of Obi-Wan. We didn't need to bring these characters in that shouldn't have interacted. So, like, that's all part of it. We just made a lot of fun of the kid running. It really bothered me in the first... Essentially, this show got better with every episode because they used less and less of that character. And by the last episode, I was just willing to look past shit.
I know, but everything you said could have been solved if they decided to just focus on Obi-Wan's adventures and don't tie it into the Skywalker family. They even announced, like, half a year before Obi-Wan came out, we're done doing the Skywalker saga. And then all of a sudden, oh, it's little Leia, And just because they want merchandise and they want those little kids to watch this and see, oh, look at this, some of my age running around and battling these guys,
And they could
Same kind of thing. It's like,
where's that kid with the broom?
Boba Fett.
Hey, where's the kid with the broom? A Force user, random, in the middle of nowhere at the end of the series. Cool, where's that kid? I want to hear that story.
What?
Like, there's so many other stories they could have told.
Grab the broom with the Force, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the kid that got the ring from Poe? Like, the ring that opens and closes? That's the kid with the umbrella at the end of Rise of Skywalker. But like there's so many other stories out there from old canon that they could adapt into the new canon. They could have just listened to J.J. Abrams' original arc plan and told a good story. Star Wars could do so many. Because of the bad reviews.
Obi-Wan with a mystery box.
Sorry.
You wanted an Obi-Wan with a mystery box. You wanted JJ's mystery box, where we don't get a satisfying ending. I guess we didn't get a satisfying ending anyway.
There was no ending. Like there's.
Here's another thing with these Disney Plus shows. Why does it take 3 episodes out of the way to get good? Even decent. It's like 3 episodes of and then like the last 3 are getting better, and then it's up to that big battle we want to see.
I've been arguing this lately. Like, everyone's like, oh, you should watch this show. Like, I know it's a little slow in the beginning, but like the 5th episode, man, the show gets good. I'm like, why do I gotta wade through 5 episodes of shit at an hour and 20 minutes? Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Like, a show should cook me inside of the first 15 minutes. In fact, the first 5. Grab me with an opening. You know what I mean? Like, not everything starts slow.
I agree. But it's not Leia's fault.
No.
And you know what it is? It's just the fact that they should have focused on Obi-Wan. They should have done like an Unforgiven Obi-Wan. You know? I mean, that's what they tried to do with Boba Fett, but they dropped the ball on that as well. We never got that moment where he's like, okay, give me the whiskey. I'm going to drink this whiskey, and I'm going to be a badass again. I'm going to be William Money, and I'm going to go kill everyone, you know? But they didn't do that with Boba Fett. They didn't do that with Obi-Wan.
No, they backed out of the...
why Obi-Wan's powers were weakened. Where's his super running? Where's his super jump? Why they gotta, like, walk, you know?
There is some canon inside this current Star Wars universe from the Clone Wars and stuff that kind of shows, you know, if you don't use it in practice and you cut yourself off from it. And they also set that up with Luke being weaker in the beginning until he touched the Force again. I mean, hey, listen, I'm only trying to justify with their canon. Like, all we can do is live in the rules they give us.
As a writer,
Well, I sound like you right now, and you sound like me. Hey, like, we've flipped here. Normally, you're the one going, well, you know that. And I'm like, no, it's all shit. Now you're like, no, fuck it all. And I'm like, come on, give it a chance. But I mean, there was, like, if you objectively just look at some of the scenes, Obi-Wan was fun in parts of it, but the dude from Eternals, I think, did good in it. He was good comedy relief.
Yeah. A little bit. I don't know. It's really weird because, like, when you had comedy relief, and again, I know it's not my demographic, but, like, when you had comedy relief in the original films, or even in, like, good films that are released in the last couple of years, it's good comedy relief if it's not going to be dated in a decade, right?
Yeah.
That was a good bong toke, okay?
Yeah.
So, like, I really liked Camille, sorry, what's his name? I can never remember his name.
Me neither, that's why I say
really
Eternals guy.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked him as an actor. He's great in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, the dude who just bails at the end of Eternals for no apparent reason. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've been here a millennia with you guys fighting, but fuck it, I'm out. Like, what?
And his comic relief in Obi-Wan was good, but it's going to be dated in 10 years. Like, always doing that quippy stuff. It was like, yeah, it's going to be so dated.
Yeah.
So.
I do like the Jedi for hire fake thing. That was kind of funny.
The magnets?
I think that'll hold up. That's kind of when you look
magnet.
at, like, you don't want to sell me that sticks, and when you look at, like, this cantina scenes and shit, like, that's kind of Star Wars. That's always been even George Lucas's kind of campy shtick, so it'll fit in their universe.
But his delivery and some of the dialogue when it was for comic relief is, like, very spot on for, like, this year and the last couple of years. So
Yes.
It's not going to age well, but I really enjoyed
I
it.
actually, yeah, you might be right on
I
that.
wanted him to have a bigger role as well.
He came into the role in the end. Like, wait, does he live?
Yeah. Again,
Yes.
we gotta wait for 4 or 5 episodes to get what we want.
Yeah. Slow starters lately. Well, I mean,
Where's Ryan?
Ryan moved. Well, you know the local area, so we're in Barrie, and Ryan moved in with his girlfriend in Richmond Hill. So he can only be here one night a week, and currently Zazie is working on a secret project with SNASA, secret NASA. At least that's what we've been telling everybody. No, SNASA, SNASA, secret NASA.
I've been toying with the idea of moving close to Barrie, but I want to live, like, in a cabin in the woods. So if you find a cabin in the woods that's close to your house, let me know. And
I mean,
probably make it happen.
I actually happen to not quite a cabin in the woods, but it's out in the middle of a Sega beach, and it's a cool loft apartment, perfect for one person with a 2-car garage attached to it. there's a bigger house on the property, but it'd be rented by somebody else. But it's a massive property. Like, walk for 2 hours on the paths on it, no problem.
It'll have to be for me and my lady and my dog and my cat.
Right. I always
And-
forget about that.
Oh my!
Ontario is
I got
expensive.
A studio with a green screen, so yeah, I know. But, it's either up north near Parry Sound or moving to France.
That's what we've talked about recently. Is even going further north, maybe back home at some point. Get some Starlink, and I can move anywhere. Just move everybody from the show in a colony. Sorry.
You know, that's what I was thinking too. Is just getting Starlink. My aunt has like 5 cottages up north in between Parry Sound and Portobello, and I was thinking that maybe if I could buy one or rent one from her, that would be nice. But the thing is, I like getting deliveries. I don't like really leaving my house except taking Mando for a walk.
Yeah.
So I have a nice setup here where I get deliveries, and I can still, while someone is shopping for me, my friend's shopping for me, I can edit my videos, and I save so much time and money that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want a job as my delivery guy, we can move up north together.
Like I just said, we'll just start a colony. Get a couple Starlinks so that we got some really good connection, and everyone will stream. It'll be like a streaming it'll be like a content colony.
We should go to one of those islands and see or find an island in international waters.
Ooh. Like Thousand Island Bay. Seriously.
Pirate Radio.
It's not far from here. It's just outside of Parry Sound, Thousand Island Bay. There's like 50 or I think it's like 50 or 100. There's not actually 1,000 islands, but like there's 50 or 100 islands that are all privately owned and have like cottages on them. The only access in the summer is by boat.
There's like a couple islands out in BC where you can just show up, like with a backpack, and on the beach they have like a cookout fire and like frying pans and stuff for people to show up, and then
welcome back,
and
Bees
then
Knees.
like you live in the woods. What's that?
Oh, I said welcome back, Bees Knees. Sorry.
Okay. No, all good.
We often talk about escaping to the woods. Maybe one day. But we'd have to escape to the woods within like 50 kilometers of a decent movie theater.
I agree with that. Okay.
Well, we can't make content if we don't go see the content we're making content about.
Man, the movie theater in this small town gets movies like
forget that.
Endgame like came out like
Just
3
make
months
our own.
here after.
If we're making a little community, we might as well just make our own big ass movie theater.
I mean, but do you know how much it costs to get releases?
I don't know. I think we can get it done.
These channels all better start producing, man. They rent the.
You know what would be funny? Make a movie theater that premieres the cams on opening weekend.
Oh yeah, like put a theater just far enough out of Toronto that when they have like TIFF, all the really hoity-toity celebrities will want to go for the 2 openings up at that theater. Make a whole town around it. Heard it here first.
Be like Obi-Wan and live in a cave.
Still gonna want Starlink, man.
Yeah. If Elon Musk doesn't bankrupt everything. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Thanks for having me on speakerphone.
Elon Musk is like the world's greatest troll. He's evil, but the world's greatest troll. All right, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Everybody, check out Small Screens. You guys working on anything about to release?
Yeah, I'm working on a video right now, and Plum is working on a video. And tomorrow I record with Sean McLaughlin. We're going to talk about SBCC. That podcast will be up on Friday. So I got a video coming out tomorrow about a Hitchcockian high school comedy movie that Netflix is putting out. And then we're doing Real Time Season 3. It's probably up on Saturday. And then I got some big essays coming up, but those take forever. So I'm still writing them.
All right, well, I will probably check out Friday's podcast as my first podcast checkout, just because the SDCC content is something we're really excited about and we're going to be talking about for, obviously we'll be eating out on a couple slides, all of us, for the next 2 fucking years as they fill it in with you know, post-credit and mid-credit and pre-credit and mid-movie credit and all the other scenes.
And secret pen credit. And
Yeah. And then...
I'll tell you, man, like, the information's coming out fast because they just announced all the directors. That was crazy.
I am going to go have to check that list because I didn't know that dropped.
Yep.
But I have been behind an editing screen for like 30 hours in the last 3 days, so...
I know that very well, my friend.
Yeah, you're a machine. You're not human.
When I'm editing, I don't even go to bed. I just sleep on the couch, which is 6 feet away from me, and then sleep for a couple hours and get up and keep working.
You understand why I'm jealous of that. My editing box is at my office.
Well, you decided to do that. You decided you needed an office.
I have a whole printing company. But yeah, so I can't edit it. My computer here will edit, but it gets bogged down. I can only edit shit.
You could edit. Oh, I see. You're using the work computer to edit.
Yeah, like my work computer has to run everything else I do at my office. But the streaming computer is my second gaming computer, and like it just can't hold up to like heavy, you know, when you got 30 lines open on your Premiere. So at work I can. But I can edit stuff for this, like more basic, so it's all right. But I will let you go, get back to work.
You could always do what I did at the studio in Hamilton and Pops Coliseum, is just sleep in the back cot while you're editing videos, and then go home on the weekends.
That might just start happening. I just I gotta hope I get to stay married afterwards. All right, my friend. We'll talk in real life about actually the couple of projects I got coming up that I haven't had a chance to talk to you about, and I'll do that bongo time as soon as we get off the phone.
Send me a message. And hey, what's your co-host name, man? You never introduce him when I come up, and it's like.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. I introduced him in the beginning, and a couple other people know him. This is Drew. He is a gamer.
You guys had a flow going and wanted to stop, so I just let you guys do your thing. So for sure,
he is a true geek like us. He's in it deep.
Kind of maybe too deep.
All right, sir. We will catch you soon, and have a great night.
Take care.
Bye bye. All right, that was that James guy from Small Screen. Thank you very much for joining us for a while there. I will definitely do a bongo time for him and for everybody else. Again, we often remind you that we steal a ton of content from them. Well, no, we tell you every time we're taking it, so that's not plagiarizing. That's paying homage.
Yeah. Because stealing would be, straight up just like, don't even say anything. Oh yeah, we did all this research and yeah, we did this, and then never mentioning them ever. That would be stealing.
Yes, and we do love you guys, and we love to promote you. And like where James gets to go that extra level that then where we're at is just pretty much the dedication to this specific type of craft for so many more years. Like he's been a film geek his whole life to the level that you hear Tarantino talk about being a film geek. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
I loved movies and didn't realize that other people did this until much later. Even knowing that James guy in high school.
Thank you for coming, James. Thank you for coming on, talking.
So. But yeah, even knowing that James guy in high school, like. Yeah, he was a comic book, a movie buff, and like way past me. I'm just like, I like movies. And then it wasn't until I got a little older there, I was like, oh wow, I know movies now. And it wasn't until I was like 35 that I'm like, hey, I should probably do something with all this knowledge, and started to direct.
Finger guns.
But SDCC. Whew. I forgot to ask him while he was on air.
It's a lot.
My biggest pet peeve was the last 2 seconds of She-Hulk trailer.
He has this real thing against Daredevil for some reason.
Oh, he knows. He sent me some comics that I liked, and they're really good. But it's just Daredevil's not my favorite character, and I think he's overloved. He's kind of getting to be Marvel's
overloved.
He's getting to be Marvel's kind of Batman to me at this point.
Nah. Wait. Okay. Wait.
I mean, comparisons being,
Let me think.
he's had a shitty movie in the past, not the strongest beginning in his show, and it kind of ended okay. And
pretty good.
Ben Affleck has played both characters.
Okay. Yes. So that's not
I
the
want to
right-
see Ben
that's not
Affleck
the right
in the MCU
equivalence.
as Daredevil. He's the real Daredevil.
Can you imagine?
Ben Affleck's the best Daredevil.
They brought him back as Daredevil.
Don't get me wrong.
It's
I
like, I
think
don't wanna
Charlie
do
Cox
Batman.
is like.
He doesn't wanna do
You guys
Batman
all think I
because
hate
I-
him. It's not that I hate him. I just think he's like. I think they do a good job in the TV show. It's like he's not my favorite character, and he gets a lot of press. And inevitably, when you don't really like a character that much, and it gets a lot of press, you're just like, oh, I'm so tired of him. However, in the collaborative, the fuck's the shit, the street level Avengers.
James, was 1 second. Give it a chance for you bastard. He's right. He's right.
No, just they set it up really hard, like a big reveal. But like, we already knew he was going to be in it. They could have just showed scenes with, like, shit. What's Daredevil's real name?
Matt Murdock.
Yeah, sorry, I knew that.
I was like, wait, what?
They could have just showed scenes with her interacting with Matt Murdock, and I would have been more excited about it rather than them using him over and over again as a reveal. Like, they just did that with Spider-Man. Why is he the reveal again? Move on. And again, every time you guys make me talk about this, you make me sound worse and worse. I like Daredevil. He's just not my favorite. And they overuse him in the wrong ways. I would have just loved Matt Murdock doing Law in the trailer with her.
This is Barry's take on it. He's one of the very few people that have that take. I like Daredevil. I thought it was great. So, but yes, I guess I could see.
No, again, Jesus.
Okay, fine.
I didn't
Sorry,
say
no.
that.
Sorry.
The
He didn't say he
trailer's
didn't like
fucking
it.
awesome.
The trailer.
God
is
damn
good.
it!
I'm sorry.
Stop making me talk about Daredevil. I can't
That's
never
what
bring
it is.
Daredevil up again.
It's
It always
Daredevil.
leads here.
He always gets like this. with
I
Daredevil.
loved She-Hulk. I
But
said
yes.
that. We said so many positive things on Monday.
No, it's true. It's true. Yes, She-Hulk.
I
it
was
good.
so
It was
excited.
good.
I can't wait for her to be quippy with a mill and then eventually have to at least push him around. Like, hey, picture this, right? They're in court.
No,
And then for like...
Strawberries Daredevil. Oh my gosh.
Right? Like, Cornips. I completely agree. I like the the trailer was great. I think the banter was awesome, and I don't know. I was a little.
Oh, thanks, James.
Thank you very much. I think there were certain parts that could, like, again, but we're here to be critical.
Yeah.
I just thought the Daredevil reveal did nothing for me. Like, I would have rathered the Wong reveal and have Matt Murdock in the scenes. Right? Instead, they just Wong's here.
I could see that. I understand that, especially because Abomination and Wong had it.
Yeah.
So so him being a reveal, I guess that would. Yeah, I could see that.
But like, okay, I thought they were setting up Wong's big week in the background of all this, and they just use him in everything outrightly and show him all the time, and it's like, why aren't you giving him the same respect as Nick Fury? You're making him a fool when he's the fucking Sorcerer Supreme, and he's just cannon fodder and comedy relief.
Because he's not the real Sorcerer Supreme. He's not the one leading.
Just
up
give
to the
Wong
real.
some respect. That's like
No, don't
the
get me
ending
wrong.
of Strange
Don't
was
get me wrong.
perfect.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange bowing to him and being like, yes, you're the clearly better leader. Even if Doctor Strange is the better warrior, obviously. This Doctor Strange that they're writing in the MCU is the better warrior. But Wong is still inevitably slightly wiser and like, dude, if you didn't fuck with shit to begin with, you wouldn't have to fix as much. You know what I mean? Like, yes, problems land on your lap.
That's true.
But
he is wiser. He literally was in there before he was.
Exactly. He was like the Grand Librarian. So like, come on, like let Kamaratosh, the main library of all of this, right? Like, he is clearly the good leader. Give him more respect, which is how they ended that, and then they just make jokes with him in She-Hulk. So again, another just misusage. Flip those two characters. Make jokes with Matt Murdock. Reveal Wong. Like, and again, I'm being ultra picky. It was a great trailer. Just, would you not agree that would have been a better flow to the trailer?
I feel like it's
Although the
because
Book of
it's
Ashanti joke is pretty good.
Because of how Daredevil is, he's not really much of a jokester. So that's
Matt
why.
Murdock is, though. As a lawyer, that's how they wrote him on Netflix. As a lawyer, he's quippy and cocky, which is why I didn't love that betrayal. Because normally he's sure, not cocky. Daredevil is absolute. He knows when he's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the confidence, not the quippy cockiness. Like, seemed like they added just a little Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I'm a really good lawyer. Great catch. I love the action scene, but he should have just put the brick down. Again, I'm being ultra picky because I read a couple comics and shit. Like, sorry.
Dong big leak.
Well, I hope your dong doesn't leak.
It's getting awkward silence in the chat after that.
We had a She-Hulk. Like, we watched She-Hulk live on here.
Yeah.
I wonder if YouTube got shut off yesterday because of that. But yeah, we watched the She-Hulk trailer here, and like, we can watch it again. I'll watch that over and over again. I genuinely you're gonna get me bitching about it again, and then you're gonna catch me into this circle where I end up being the guy that hates Daredevil, and I don't hate Daredevil.
Okay, it's not his favorite character.
Yeah,
He talks very negatively about him. He doesn't hate him.
I just said, oh my god, the only real negative thing I ever said was I started watching the television show and I just didn't like it. It just didn't ring with me in the first couple episodes. I'm like, I'm not willing to continue. Loved the rest of the Netflix properties.
That's fair.
Jessica Jones, probably my favorite.
What?
And I loved Iron Fist too.
That bothers me.
And everyone hates Iron Fist, and I thought it was great. And then I watched Defenders.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh shit. Like, everything in the first episode has to do with Daredevil. I'm like, alright, I have to go watch Daredevil. Was I mad I watched it? No, I just wouldn't have watched it if he wasn't in Defenders. It didn't pace well in the beginning, and it got better.
Not my Defenders, but anyways.
I didn't realize everyone was so touchy about Daredevil. Thank you. Like, he's just... Whose hero is Daredevil? I mean, I really hope I'm not offending, like, the blind community or anything. Like, that's not my intention. Just
100%.
He's not... Then he's still not written for me. Like, if that's your point. No, I just...
like I said, I get it. I understand. Like, I totally get it.
Do you love every Marvel character equally?
Oh, hell no.
All right.
Hell no. We all know all hail Spider-Man, the Hulk, Black Panther. Those are the top three. My arc. But anyways, I don't know.
See, whereas I'd say Hulk's kind of a boring character.
No.
Overall, like, I like his lore and I like his side. After
there's way too many stories for Hulk.
Late 90s when they started writing like fucking World War Hulk and shit. Like, okay, that was awesome. But I mean, mainline Avengers Hulk is kind of boring.
Okay. Well,
guy gets mad, guy smashes shit.
Like,
but Professor Hulk comics,
because that's how they designed it at first.
I know.
So we can't. So we got to look at the progression.
Professor Hulk, John Cho, and World War Hulk. Love those stories.
You mean Amadeus Cho?
Amadeus Cho, sorry.
I'm like John Cho. I'm like, who the hell is John Cho?
Amadeus Cho.
Yes, Amadeus. Yeah.
Yeah, like those three storylines, love them. I kind of like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk man, Professor-ish Hulk.
Yeah, it's kind of.
He still did time travel. Like, he half invented did time travel with Tony. So, you know, Tony just figured out the GPS. Hulk was working the hardware, apparently. So, he's still a world-renowned scientist somewhere in there. But yeah, just some of these characters aren't always going to be your favorites, right? Like, I'm sure not everybody loves... I'm trying to think of a character I love that everyone's like, what? Like, Gambit's not everyone's favorite.
Are you messing
with me,
James? Are you messing?
What?
Do you actually know about the new Punisher? Do you really know? Do you really know that? I know you're not allowed to disclose it. But
no. Like, well, okay, if he's going based on the most popular storyline leaks and kind of the open conversation, like the directors talked about what the storyline's going to be. This is going to be it'll be like him running from the law and kind of. What was that dog that used to go town to town? The Littlest Hobo? He'll be doing like the Littlest Hobo type story where, but like, it just, honestly, because it won't have to be as dark as the TV show was, because it'll be a different type of story for him. And I think the whole arc of it will be him coming back, because he's on the run, right?
But Disney's they're flipping their script right now.
They're letting it.
They're allowing some rated R.
They're letting it get darker, but not Netflix Punisher's darker in creation.
And I confirm that.
Well, no, it's kind of how everything feels. Like, even the stuff they say they're going, like, they said they were making a horror movie with Multiverse of Madness, and then we got Multiverse of Madness. So, I mean, they said we were getting Gore the God Butcher, and I won't spoil anything, but... oh, what's that link? Like, are you just pasting the same link again?
Play it. Play it. It's been...
8 minutes. You might have to give me a timestamp to go to. But I mean, not like we're doing anything else. But, yeah, like, Gore the God Butcher. And I'm not going to spoil anything. It's just not the storyline I expected and what I theorized. And that's fine. I'm not always right. So James edits and runs this whole show. I'm going to turn off our mic for a minute.
We've got some major news on Jon Bernthal coming back as the Punisher, Charlie Cox returning as Daredevil, and Kristen Ritter returning as Jessica.
Edward's voice is really, really, really nice, though. Like, I really like Edward's voice, don't you?
Jones, as well as when and how some of them will first appear. We've got quite a bit of information, so make sure to stick around to the end for all the details. Right, when Daredevil premiered on Netflix in 2015, fans were ecstatic to finally get an interpretation of The Man Without Fear. Say what you will about the 2003 Daredevil film starring Ben Affleck, fans were excited to see a more realistic, down-to-earth Matt Murdock, especially after the mega success of the MCU films. The now legendary lore of Marvel Television versus the MCU film division wasn't well known at the time, but one of the things that they got right was the casting. Charlie Cox as Daredevil, Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin, Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones, Mike Colter as Luke Cage. We could go on, but we'll stop before we get to Iron Fist. Sorry, Finn. When all the Marvel series ended on Netflix, Kevin Feige and company had to wait for the contractual time allotted to revisit these characters and perhaps reintroduce them into the MCU. Well, last year, all the rights for the Marvel characters from Netflix shows reverted back to Marvel. And even before then, fans had been clamoring to see Charlie Cox and the Netflix gang fight alongside our MCU heroes.
Is that everyone? But you wanted more?
It seems as though every week we read a new rumour of one of these actors coming back in the latest MCU film. We should know. We've reported on a lot of them. Well, fear not. Our inside source has shed some light on this situation and we really like what we're hearing. This sounds all very promising and is the closest concrete evidence we've heard of the Netflix actors coming into the fold of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're very pumped about this news, and if you are too, we'd appreciate it if you'd give us a like, hit that subscribe button and quack that notification bell. As you can tell, we're not one of those places that puts scoops out left, right and centre. We value our sources completely, and even though we get tips and information basically every day, we only run with sources we completely trust. Right, let's bare bones this now and not give you guys any fluff. Charlie Cox, Jon Bernthal and Kristen Ritter have all been in negotiations to appear in multiple MCU projects. The word around the Marvel camp is that Jon Bernthal really wants to play the Punisher again, but has been negotiating hard on the contract. These things take time, especially when actors have things set in their mind, like more money. And who's to blame them? These properties make bazillions of dollars. Right, the farthest along of all these projects is a Punisher series. Yes, they're developing a series for the Punisher and desperately negotiating to have Jon Bernthal come back to play Frank Castle. We've been told that whether the series will be on Hulu or on Disney Plus Star is yet to be determined. They're still figuring all that out at the moment. The source indicated that they've known about this for quite a few months now, and things are really starting to gear up in development. They didn't want to mention anything to us until there was some concrete evidence and that it was actually really happening. And we love that. That's quite a bit of information for all of us to process, but we're not stopping there. So hold on to your butts as we have a lot more details on the Punisher and Daredevil. Just do us a favor and hit that like, subscribe and that bell icon for us so we can keep dishing out all this stuff. And if you haven't, make sure to check out our interview with Jeremy Webb, director of Netflix's The Punisher, Umbrella Academy and more. Right, there's a script for The Punisher already. Yes, it's that far along. Oh yeah, and we do have some information about the script. I mean, no big deal. To quote the source, "It sounds badass. It's looking like it'll be pretty violent. like the Netflix show. I think it'll be the MCU's most violent show yet. It won't be a continuation from the previous show, though. It sounds as though it'll be a new start, probably an alternate timeline. They had some more details, but let's break down what we just heard. First, it won't be a continuation of the Netflix series, which was one of the theories that fans had for a while now, mainly because Kevin Feige likes to put his own spin on characters and keep them in line with what he has planned for the MCU. So this indicates highly that the Netflix properties will be starting afresh at the MCU, albeit with the original actors, once negotiations are complete, that is. Secondly, they stated it'll probably be in an alternate timeline. If there ever was a time to do that, it would be now. With the MCU diving heavily into multiverse territory, this is their chance to grab all the fan favorite properties and bring them into the MCU fold. Big multiverse events in the comics have reset continuity and timelines for decades now, so why not in the films? It's been a great technique for Marvel Publishing to get their characters and storylines in order to attract and let new readers jump in, with a few caveats, looking at you X-Men. So why not do the same for films and television? Kevin Feige has used the blueprints of what works and what doesn't work from the decades of Marvel Comics. Him using the multiverse to get all his cards in order definitely makes sense. It also seems like DC Films is trying to do the same thing, however sloppily, but I digress. Right, back to the Punisher series with Jon Bernthal. The source went on to say that it sounds like it's going to be a hard R, so really violent and gory. They also said, and this has us really excited, that Frank Castle will be kind of a villain at the start, and he'll be on the run. That's a great concept and makes a lot of sense for the mob-killing vigilante. What's also cool is that the source said it'll also have Western vibes. They said think of Unforgiven by Clint Eastwood. To tie up Jon Bernthal, Charlie Cox and Kristen Ritter coming back into the MCU, our source had to say this. Just know that Bernthal, Cox and Ritter are pretty much dead cert for the MCU and might be involved in multiple shows and turn up, maybe, in some of the movies. And this brings us to another piece of info they revealed. It looks like Marvel is looking to introduce the Punisher in the Moon Knight series. To quote the source, like a cameo or something. That seems like a great way to introduce Frank Castle into the MCU. Moon Knight seems like it'll be a somewhat grounded, dark and violent miniseries, the perfect place for the Punisher's skull to show up in. We also asked our source about Charlie Cox showing up in Spider-Man No Way Home. Before we get into this last little bit of information, we will ask you if you've enjoyed this video so far to give us a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and quack that notification bell. It'll really help us with the algorithm gods over at YouTube. Right, when we asked about Charlie Cox appearing in Spider-Man No Way Home, our source said that they weren't really sure about that. It's all Sony right now, and they're taking bets, and our source thinks that Cox will appear in Spider-Man No Way Home. So there you have it. Jon Bernthal, Charlie Cox and Kristen Ritter are deep in negotiations to premiere in multiple MCU projects, and it's pretty much a done deal. There's a script for the Punisher series, and it'll be a hard R, being violent and gory with Western vibes. The Punisher will be on the run, most likely a villain at the start, and he may be introduced in the Moon Knight series as a cameo. And Charlie Cox appearing in Spider-Man No Way Home is a good bet, as it was before, but our sources stated that that has everything to do with Sony at the moment. This is all exciting news, and it's great to finally get some details on these upcoming projects instead of just conjecture. We'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this, so do leave us a comment below. We do read all of them. Here at Small Screen, we tend to have 2 or 3 videos every week on Marvel, DC and all things film. So if that's up your alley, hit that like and subscribe button and quack that notification bell. We work hard to earn your sacrifice to the algorithm gods. This has been Edward Lauder on voice and that James guy on edits for Small Screen. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.
But I guess, yeah, definitely 100% gotta start just watching them.
So that is that James guy. He edits all of these, and that one wasn't long or like when comparing them to Screen Rant's like 18 minutes of just crap fluff with no it's just, I'm sorry, but Pitch Meeting was keeping that channel alive. Pitch Meeting was keeping that channel alive, and now Pitch Meeting has its own channel, and like it's they didn't get any better. But no, that screen, our small screen is one of my favorite channels. Lots of information there.
Definitely gonna start getting my information download from there for sure. It's back, guys.
Yeah, like if you guys want to see a coherent version of our show with like the actual up to date information, go to their show.
You leave no space. No, you know, our show has charm.
Yeah, and James, like I was going off I was remembering the information from right before that video. I've seen that video before, but I was going off the information right before that video, or the known was that they were gonna do a softer continuation of him on the run, but I guess they're doing a hard R reboot.
I'm excited for that. Punisher is like out of those series. Out of those series, I would say it's my favorite one out of all of them. Even more than, you know, Luke Cage, for not obvious reasons. But for not obvious reasons, honestly, Luke Cage is one of the better shows, Netflix shows. It
really is.
It's definitely, I would say Punisher, just because, like, I guess because of the gore. I guess, man. I guess.
Would you say Black Lightning and Luke Cage are kind of parallels from DC to Marvel?
No.
They're both street level guys that kind of do the same fight.
Technically, well, it depends on how you look at it. There's a whole thing, because Black Lightning is technically part of like he's like one of the head guys in Justice League right now, and it's a whole thing.
Oh, on Flash and shit.
In Flash, also in Young Justice, but so it depends. It depends. But basically, I would say
it might be my favorite DC property.
Which?
Black Lightning.
Black Lightning it's. You know what it is?
Dude, when he walked out in
it's pretty
Infinite Earth, when he walked out, I'm like,
that was pretty sick.
Because that show is way grittier than the other ones. Like, Arrow kind of had... Arrow is shot dark and tried to... Emil's like, right? Like, he did growly voice like Christian Bale did. But, like, no. Black Lightning has some dark shit happen in it. Some straight up dark shit.
Oh, yeah.
Really good show.
Last one.
Oh, honestly, first off, I would love to meet Finn because I think Iron Fist is one of the best the Netflix properties. I love the stories. I like martial arts stories, and I know when I say that, James is like, people are like, if you like martial arts stories, then why do you like that? And I'm like, but I just think it's a good show.
I do agree with that one.
Again, I see him as kind of like a parallel to the Arrowverse Arrow. Beaten down rich kid, been gone for a long time, comes back and tries to clean up his dad's company. I mean, it's the same fucking storyline. It's identical.
It's very, very, very.
His
very
kill
similar.
list, Iron Fist, executive list, like, yeah,
similar.
They both lose their fortune at one point in season 2.
It's similar.
Their best friends fuck them over a lot.
Okay, we're not getting to the point where we're saying they're ripping each other off, okay? Because one came first.
I know.
One came first. And unfortunately, that was DC. But
he would like if he smokes weed and wants to talk about good, positive parts of Iron Fist. I would talk to him all night because I loved every part of the show. I thought the show was well done. It was fantastical. There was magic in it, and he was kind of a good actor.
All right, James. Thanks for coming by.
Good night. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Again, everyone, check out Small Screen. Oh, I thought James was leaving. Corn Nips was leaving. I read the wrong line.
Night, Corn.
Good night, Leahy, Corn Nips. We are all Corn Nip.
We are Corn Nip.
We are Corn Nip, yeah. That really has to become a shirt. We are Corn Nip. And thanks for staying up so late. Zach often points out that it is very late for you, so we appreciate that.
Check your DMs. Ooh, getting spicy.
It's getting spicy in the chat. It's getting a little spicy for the pepper. Night, James. I wasn't trying to put you to bed. But you sleep whenever you feel like sleeping because you don't sleep a lot. You sleep. The only person I know that sleeps less than me. Hey, dude, we play videos all the time on here.
For sure.
Other people are from other parts of North America.
They know you're still young.
Oh, for him, yeah. Well, I mean, no, I'm not going to game tonight. Yeah, like, late for a person is a relative term. If you get up for work at 4 a.m., it's fucking late right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Oh, all right. One bongo.
Yeah. Actually, my DM. Oh, somebody got DM'd. Oh, somebody DM'd someone. Is it you?
Who's DM? I need more information. Oh, yes. I will be watching Sabrina's stream at some point. And thank you for the Bongo Time. All right. So since, like, I'm afraid to ask any more questions. Look how long that conversation got just after saying one thing about She-Hulk. Am I not allowed to have an opinion anymore? Am I going to get yelled at still again?
Yes. I think so.
I was overly positive about everything else. Although off camera, I did say some things about Wakanda Forever, but... Oh yeah, just that, again, it's because we lost Chadwick, they pivoted, and now it's
going to be hard.
It's going to be a very...
It's going to be hard. I want to see how they're going to swing it, because that's the big thing.
Okay, I guess what I'm afraid of is it's going to be like that scene in Endgame, where all the women just happen to get together. And without Chadwick, it might not feel natural that this movie will be all female-led now. And, like, I was the first one to say I hope Shuri becomes Black Panther. Like,
that's still, we don't know.
The trailer just presents it that way.
Because you know they mess with trailers all the time.
I know.
They took Spider-Man's out. They did this. They did that. They do that stuff to mess with us. So,
whoa. First off, I like WandaVision. I have to justify WandaVision when I tell people to watch it because everybody else doesn't like WandaVision.
Scotty's like, wait, what's your opinion on Brie Larson?
Who, me?
To James. Like, wait, James, wait.
Okay, you can bring up Brie Larson now, but you're not allowed to bring her up when Zach's here. I liked WandaVision. I grew up watching Dick Van Dyke and right up to Malcolm in the Middle and all of the shows that it mimicked. I really enjoyed how it did it. I still talk about the Ship of Theseus thought experiment that they do there. I'm a little angry that, and again, I'm sorry to break this if you haven't caught up, but we haven't seen Vision since.
Spoilers.
We haven't seen Vision since that he leaves the thing. Like, what the fuck happened to White Vision? Did he get color? Oh, we're gonna talk about. We've already talked about all this.
I'm kidding.
We just expected to see him in Multiverse of Madness.
He's definitely gonna pop up at some point. Like, he's going to pop up.
Okay,
in
listen.
something.
If it is available digitally, it is no longer spoilers. We've made that the rule on this channel.
I beg to differ.
And if you are watching this channel, you know that that's the rule. If it's
beg to differ. Okay, I just
often preface it. You're right. I didn't preface it.
I just seen
today.
on Disney Plus. Okay, Lightyear and Prey literally come out like next week, and they're already
theater
on.
run movies.
Mm-hmm.
If a movie
so
runs
you mean
at theater, we
theater-based-
don't talk about it till it's digital release. Meaning you have
Okay.
tons of time to go or download it illegally, or watch it. Like it's usually a couple days after.
Alright.
Like
okay, never mind then.
You know,
That's
like
what I was saying.
if Thor: Love and Thunder drops on a Wednesday, we'll probably talk about it on Monday. But if it drops on a Monday, we're talking about that bitch on Wednesday. You better watch. Which most shit drops on a Friday, so we'll probably talk about it on the Monday. And when it drops, we'll warn you in advance. Monday stream.
Copy, by the way. I found a watchable copy.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You did not.
I
can promise you did not find a copy I want to watch.
No, I didn't say you want to watch it. I said I found a watchable copy. I wouldn't even watch it.
And see, this is now how
But
I've
it is
done
watchable.
these.
It is.
Okay, I used to my habit when I got home from the movies, from a Marvel movie every time was right to the computer, download whatever copy's available.
Absolutely not. How dare you?
When I got home from the theater, I've seen it once. I paid my $800 to watch fucking 35 minutes of commercials and 2.5 hours of a movie. Okay, I go home and now I want to dissect, even just vocally, like what they said, what the information given, and like, man, I would watch that 10 times until the digital was out, and then I would watch the digital 30 times, and usually once. Not, I always say at quarter speed, but I didn't watch Endgame for 12 hours. Right? Like, I watched the movie, stopped scenes, rewinded, and watched big scenes
And then
in quarter speed and then back to normal speed for like, Tony driving up. I didn't watch that at quarter speed. I watched him quickly drive up, and I'm like, there's nothing in this scene that matters. I watch a scene fully and then I go back and
Tony's driving up.
But okay, the multiversal travel or the time travel, that I watched at quarter speed.
Yeah, because there's little things that you're
that's what I always mean when I say that. And I think originally Zach and Ryan thought I actually watched all of these movies. Like, we're like, holy fuck, that's like one Lord of the Rings movie.
One movie for a year. What?
Yeah, like I cannot watch this movie 47 times and once at quarter speed. But what? Listen. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna turn off everything else that you're doing.
Excuse me.
You're gonna smoke like a dab and a bong.
Snoopy.
And you're gonna turn on Doctor Strange and relax.
Tisk, Snoopy.
That is how you should probably handle that situation. If I were to handle that situation for you, that would be what I would do.
That's wild.
Because the first Doctor Strange, as it sets up a ton of... Okay, but that's the thing. Because of... No, the first Doctor Strange sets up Endgame.
Need another one.
It sets up
Addicted.
26 minutes for the best ones. But they're also the most expensive ones. Snoopy knows what I'm talking about. The best slushies.
Oh, here we go.
Well, the Dairy Queen slushies are just good. Why? Why can't I like a DQ slushie? Like, listen, man. I've told you how much I love the Crush, the life hack.
If you could put them in this cup.
No, but that's not what they're for, man. You can drink them faster because they're more like the icy, like the original slushie.
Ooh, icy.
They're more like an Italian, like they're like an Italian pop.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow on my lunch break.
Go get a real icy.
I'm gonna get icy.
You're gonna go to Giant Tiger.
Don't have icy.
What do they have?
They have Slush Puppy.
Right.
I'm trying to think of icy.
Nobody has chipped ice.
I think icy.
How did you not know there was a Doctor Strange movie? Like, it sets up
Ultramar. We're going towards Angus down Dugmar.
Oh, right. But if you watch Thor Ragnarok, you get introduced to him there.
Who?
Doctor Strange. Like, you don't... Oh, no. You know what? You have 24 minutes. So you want to drive to Stainer. If they're open till 1. But maybe check on the internet. Because that is achievable at regular speeds. If you leave your house now, you could not make Dairy Queen in time for it to be open in any safe manner. So, I implore you, just go to your local Circle K, get yourself a slushie. You'll be alright.
It'll hold you till morning.
Yeah.
It will hold you until the morn.
But yeah, so Doctor Strange, yeah, it's kind of important. It'll make a lot of other parts in like Endgame and Infinity War make sense.
Go into it understanding that it's not Endgame, it's not Infinity War, it's not. It's definitely a different pace from the Marvel movies. Like, it was one of the first things to change pace. I would say one of the first movies to change.
Yeah,
pace.
like it was our first.
It was a different type of. It's a different type of Marvel movie.
Our first hero was Tech.
Tech, yeah. So
our next hero was Altered Human. Mutate.
Which he wasn't the first, by the way. Isaiah was, but
so we have human. Like this is how it's kind of categorized. Hey, Morgoth, how you doing?
What, Margot? What? Oh, hey,
welcome.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
He's on his way. That's his project at SNAZA. Well, there you go. You don't want to drive to Barrie tonight. But, sure, what was I just saying? Oh, Doctor Strange. What am I totally lost my mind?
Doctor Strange is different.
Oh, no, I don't remember.
In the aspect of...
Oh, right, sorry, the different, how it's categorized.
Yes.
Human, which that includes, like, Iron Man, all the mech suit people, all the street level, like, technically Daredevil, he's not a mutate, is he? Well, I guess he's been kind of altered.
Daredevil?
He's a mutate technically.
Kinda, because it's chemicals, so like technically change his stuff. Yeah, because Not just any. You can't just poke someone in the eye. All of a sudden.
We are well. How are you?
You can't just poke someone in the eye and all of a sudden they start trading and now they're Daredevil. It was a combination of
Yeah.
So
he's still he'd be
so,
human.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other humans in Multiverse. I'm like, wait, who else is human?
Humans?
Humans. We have humans, mutates, which is like Captain America, Black Panther, anybody that essentially gets a super soldier serum. Spider-Man gets bitten by something and turns into that something. All of those are mutates. Mutants are
Luke Cage, because he's been altered.
Yeah. Oh wait, but he was altered because he's a mutant, wasn't he?
No, I think they did testing on him.
He was like
Wait.
he was super strong, and they tested on him in jail.
Yes. So he ended up being is one of those things where his mutant gene.
And maybe because the shows were playing at the same time, and I confused their storylines a little bit because I watched them a lot. It was who else at that time had powers that changed, that mutated out of those Defenders? Was because Jessica Jones is a mutant, where Iron Fist is technically a mutate. He is given powers by a mystical thing.
The dragon. Yeah.
So Doctor Strange really not the first mystical thing. Iron Fist might have been, but not the same MCU. Anyways, yes. So at past there we have the cosmic, which is like Thor, and just civilizations that they're just different than us.
Sorry, Captain Marvel. Ms. Marvel is
an Inhuman.
Let's get it right. Inhuman. Not this weird mumbo jumbo that they're trying to put out there. But anyways, yes, Inhuman.
And then Inhuman would be the last one.
Yeah, because you have tech, mutant, mutate, cosmic.
And then we technically cosmic includes gods, and then Fantastic Four, it's all mutates because they got their powers from cosmic rays. That's the last one, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's any more. Wait, no.
Sorry. That was all the ones before Doctor Strange. Then we have all the mystical, mystics.
Yeah, mystics.
So we have the mystic side, which is where you get into magic, Mephisto, sorcery, werewolves, demons, vampires, Blade series, all of that. So that is what Doctor Strange ushered in. Just, I think, slightly after Iron Fist did.
We don't really count, right?
I'll defend it. I think Iron Fist is a great property.
You can defend it all you want. Doesn't mean you win. But
I'll make you rewatch it just to prove it to you.
It's not that great. It's not great enough for a rewatch. I can tell you that much.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Fine. With your opinion and feelings involved,
I might have just thought
I will say that the property is acceptable for people who feel and appreciate it. For the ones that don't. For the ones that don't, no offense.
That's some linguistic
But you know why? It's just because it bugs me because
acrobatics
there
there,
was
bud.
so much.
Fucking trapeze artist you fucking done there. What the fuck?
It just bugged me
97
so much.
adjectives later.
It just bugged me so much because it's like Luke Cage and
Thor
Danny
is considered cosmic, but yes, a god.
They're like best friends, and they didn't even touch on anything, and it was just weird.
Well, and that's the thing.
It's just like
Wait,
there's so many.
Where
weird
do you
things.
land on Thor? Thor is not a mutant.
Oh no.
Thor is a god, but he lands under cosmic.
Yes, he's cosmic because he's God. He's a god.
But he's not. He's a small g god, not the Earth's mystic
depends.
devil and god fight.
Okay, but
it's different gods.
Well, yeah, it's different type. You have your standard god, devil, demons, angels. That's
Although, did you hear that little Easter egg of in Thor: Love and Thunder where it's like, and the winner of the most human sacrifice in their name is Satan again this year. I'm like, oh my god, what a great joke. And have Russell Crowe deliver it. Again, good parts of that movie, but man, we're gonna talk about it when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, where do you stand on Thor? What is he? Is he under cosmic or under mystic? Because
I would say cosmic. I would say cosmic because mystic is yes, it's magic and it's certain things, but he's.
I mean, technically, Superman would be a mutate.
Cosmic is
if we categorize him, because on his planet he wouldn't be like that. Our yellow sun changes him, which is the equivalent of cosmic rays for like Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel and shit. So I mean, yeah, I would go with that.
Superman's definitely an alien.
Okay, so when we say God, we say they have the power, like the gods have the power to back it up. So in the Odin and in the Odin
So Superman would
mythology,
be a mystic. No, he would be.
He'd be a mutate.
Yeah, he'd be a mutate.
Because
He'd be
he's
mutate.
just
'Cause
a
he-
regular dude. Like, he's
Yeah,
strong,
an
but he's just a
alien.
regular dude in his
He's
planet.
Not regular. He's an alien. Which technically humans are type of alien too. But
Well,
so I guess
yes.
anything is really an alien per se. If it's
No,
alien, it's
we're
different.
not alien to our planet.
But yes, if you're talking about specifics, he's technically an alien.
We're
So
doing a
I would
dab time
call-
here.
Huh?
Who the fuck is Monica? What?
What just happened? Hey.
No, Monica Rambeau is. Did you wait? Sorry. Have you seen Captain Marvel?
Oh man, I don't wait.
Sure, have you seen Captain Marvel? Type faster. He's probably killing things with like a whole squad of people or something. He's like, I can't type right now. Jesus Christ. Yes, so Captain Marvel. In Captain Marvel, you meet. Oh shit, her mom. What was her mom's name?
Monica.
No.
Monica Rambeau?
No, that's the daughter. Maria Rambeau. Maria Rambeau is the mom, and she is. Photon? No, that's the daughter's name. What is her name? Fuck, we all thought. No, daughter Spectrum. She's Photon. So her name is Photon, and she's in the original Captain Marvel movie. So she's the kid. Monica is the kid from the Captain Marvel movie that you meet. Does that clear that up? I could answer that way easier. Thor is worshipped as a living god on his planet.
Yes.
But like a god you can go talk to.
You can go and talk. Not wrong.
I mean, you had any late night chats with Jesus?
I think that's a good note. I think that's a good one. Wait.
No, not necessarily. Like, you just know that she's attached to Captain Marvel as kind of her niece.
Yes, a god that can be obese because he eats large quantities of
No,
food.
he can't be obese. Apparently.
Well,
The only way we can love him again is if he gets a workout montage.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, in reality, may be a good message.
Honestly, man, I feel like a lot of that's just it's for the ladies, man. It's for the ladies.
No,
It's for
but
the
maybe
ladies,
maybe
it's
a
for
good
the ladies.
message, like
it's for well,
maybe
just
we
the
should
ladies.
maybe
Not
we
just
should
the
all
ladies,
pick
the
up
people
some
that find that.
maybe we should all pick up some chains and
Yeah.
not be
We should.
Fat Thor.
We should. I'm down. I love that.
I agree. And you got him for a little bit in the movie. Oh, why did they have to make him? Okay, I'm not going to bring it up again. I can't help it. Why can't they give Thor any justice in being upset? Why can't he?
Okay, no, we're not going here. But we're going to touch on this when we talk about Thor.
Yes, all right.
Yes, we are going to get into it very
My
deeply
bad.
when we talk about Love and Thunder and
I
all
agree.
things Thor. But yes, Thor is Fat Thor was pretty nice.
That was the wrong one.
It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. It was funny, but once again, okay, I see. No, now you're dragging me into it. Now you're dragging me into it. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna.
All right. Calm down.
All right.
I got you. Oh, they're only gonna get the sound. They can't see it. Like,
Okay.
Hey,
Right.
woosah, woosah.
Right.
Hey, woosah,
Okay.
woosah. Run the ear.
I'm good. I'm
Stay
good.
there,
I'm
woosah.
good.
All right, so
I'm good.
pick your favorite release before we get off air in the next little bit.
Release.
Oh, wait! Before we go, we forgot to do this Monday, and since we still have like at least 10 or 12 viewers, we forgot to do our tell the people what the theme was for the fan pick of the week. Don't pull on that. Don't do it. Don't pull on that. They're gonna end up everywhere. You're gonna have weird liquid from like some foreign country all over your hands.
Probably.
No, I'm
Sorry,
kidding.
What's the pick? What's the pick now?
Of
what?
So, what we decided to pick and what we are looking for from fandom, and we will pick from your choices. Drew and I each picked a standalone film that you rewatched. It was kind of like your first, like when you had an adult film to rewatch. Not adult as in porn. I mean, like the first movie that wasn't just meant for kids. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to hear about Blue's Clues and shit like that. Like I mean, that first teenager when you can watch whatever you wanted with no supervision type video. What movie did you watch over and over again? And your pick was The Drunken Master.
Yes, Drunken Master original.
What did I pick?
1978.
Bloodsport. No, we talked about Bloodsport. I picked
1976. Original.
No, I picked Bloodsport, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Bloodsport.
Yes.
So I picked Bloodsport, and you picked Drunken Master from 1978 or 76 or 78.
Yeah, some
late 1970s. Yeah, 1978. And we would like to know what yours are, and whoever puts one up in the chat, we will pick one of those after a quick discussion, and that will be part of our third. That'll be our third movie for Monday.
Okay.
Because to be honest, half the time I asked Ryan for a pick, and he'd get back to me late, so I wouldn't end up reading it, and Zach and I would just pick for him. And he'd be like, yeah, that's a good pick. And then I'd be like, oh, he wanted that last week, so I'll try and make a theme that fits, and I forget to. And I'd ask him again, and he'd get back late to me, and I'd just pick for him. Because we'd go with a theme, you can't really ask him for a theme on the spot if he's not, like, right here in the chat. It's just, like, when... Yeah, just, like, you know what I mean? Like, the coming of age, like, a movie that you just watched a lot. I just, like, I'm not talking cartoons and, like, not when you were a kid. I don't know. We understood really easily when we came up with it and picked movies quickly.
It was like, the way we explained it is, like something that, like, made you a movie lover. Like, what brought you into wanting to watch movies. Other than obviously childhood, like Lion King and that kind of stuff. Like, what was your first actual
did you watch over and over again?
Yeah, that. Other than
I was just always afraid I'm triggering, like, because a lot of children will watch, like, oh, I watched Aladdin 9,000 times.
And I was one of those kids. Yeah. But yes, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Aladdin's old. Well, no, Aladdin came out when I was like
one of my favorites.
10.
It's a toss up between Aladdin and Hercules. Those are like
For me though, I was way too old. Sorry. Hercules is just horrible.
No. It was literally like there's Aladdin, Hercules. I just liked it because like of the fighting.
Scotty, you have no movies you ever watched over and over again.
Number one is Tarzan.
Which Star Wars? Like the original Star Wars, A New Hope.
The soundtrack for.
No. Listen, we've never covered any of the movies. We've never once covered a Star Wars movie. We talked about the shows and only Obi-Wan really because I couldn't get through fucking Mandalorian season 2 and I won't watch.
He refuses.
I know. I'm gonna try.
It's great. He thinks it's not so great, but it's great. The sixth one.
Like, you mean episode 6? No, I get that, but we can't watch 6 2-hour movies as well as all the other content we have to consume by Monday. So you have to pick one specifically. All right, Hot Rod's one option.
Ooh,
I was gonna say, no one ever picks the 6th one. Like Ewoks. That's your favorite one, the Ewoks, not 5. I'll even accept 4 because it's usually the one that gets everyone into it. But like 5's the kind of socially agreed upon pinnacle, where in reality my favorite's 3.
3 is the best number, so it makes sense.
That's not your birthday, is it? No, your birthday is 20th. 26th. It's either right before or right after my wife's.
But technically
25th?
6 is 3 2 times 2. Anyways, the whole point is...
Do you subscribe to numerology?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Okay, because I'd have to tell Zach, and
I would say
he'd have to have it talking.
My favorite number is 3.
My favorite number is 13 simply because it's my birthday. And it was a popular number when I was younger amongst people because it's like the bad number. Like there's no buildings with floor 13.
Yeah, because it's an evil number. And
have you ever seen the movie The 13th Floor? Oh,
yeah,
so we have Hot Rod, and I need Snoopy to pick a Star Wars movie.
Can we watch Anakin and Obi in space attacking the Federation ship all day?
Like, you mean episode 2, Attack of the Clones? That's the opening. That's also a ton of Clone Wars, but...
I gotta watch.
So you want to do episode?
I definitely gotta watch that.
So
I haven't watched that yet. Clone Wars.
You're joking, right? Oh my god!
Wait, you mean you're talking about the cartoon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it yet.
It's like the best part of
I
all
have
Star
to-
Wars.
yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
watch
number
that.
3 is actually my favorite. So alright, so we've got number 3, episode 3, and Hot Rod up for picks. Anybody else jumping in there in the chat? Any lurkers want to throw up a pick? Obi-Wan goes to Jabbar to catch General who? The dude with 6 arms. I need help here.
Wait, so say that again?
The general with 6 arms from episode 3.
Which movie that is?
No, what's the guy's name? General what?
Oh fuck, man.
He's on Jabbar. I'm pretty sure that's Jabbar. Yeah, that's episode 3, and he's in. It's in. I'm pretty sure that planet's Jabbar, and it is Captain or General. He fights him twice. One in episode 2 and one in episode 3. It's like guns, so savage. Why can I not think of this?
It is.
Wow, our fact checker's going. Sorry.
General Grievous. General Grievous.
Oh, Conan.
Yeah, General Grievous.
I mean Grievous. Thank you, General Grievous.
Yeah, General Grievous.
So we have episode 3, Hot Rod, and Conan the Barbarian.
Ooh.
I mean, Conan fits more in with the age of films we've picked. Right? Like, Bloodsport's like 88. You picked 78, and Conan the Barbarian, I'm pretty sure, is 76.
Lick the Lizard.
But I saw that movie a lot as a kid. All right. How are you voting?
How am I voting?
Star Wars Episode 3. Hot Rod. Really funny movie. Andy Samberg is great in it.
Yeah, the movie is actually pretty funny.
Great predecessor to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Or not predecessor. Great setup for Brooklyn Nine-Nine in his career. He's very, very funny in it. I don't like Andy Samberg outside of the characters he plays. His part in the roast of James Franco, it hurt me in my soul. It was so awkward.
Really?
Like, worse than anything Michael Scott's ever done.
Well, first of all, Michael Scott's amazing.
Michael Scott, yeah, it's people like it. To me, it hurts me. It makes me.
Why?
It's cringe.
Michael Scott is literally one of the. That's the whole point. He's supposed to be weird and cringy, and that's why it's funny.
No. He's talking about Conan the Barbarian, the
Oh.
Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from, I think, 76. Although I said 76 for the other one, so I could just be stuck on that number today.
Cutting Edge. Cutting Edge DD. I've seen that 6 times. Ooh, thanks, business.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Aw,
thanks.
he's not even here to say thank you. Oh, 82, thank you. We should make more mods. Dee, do you have a pick to throw in there? Although your picks are weird and fun, she picked Killer Rock.
Yeah, I should do quick.
Arguably the best and worst pick of that week. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta do a big ass dab for that. Like, you're just out here
No, a big one.
going crazy.
You gotta do one for me, too.
Beatup's last pick. You picked Robot Jocks, right? I think that was your pick.
He's like, nah, I'm okay.
But again, her picks are usually... Oh, yeah, for 5 months. Wow.
Wait, what?
That is amazing.
5
Crazy.
months?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you were attempting to influence the vote, but I was already leaning towards Conan the Barbarian. But You said Cutting Edge instead? Is that a movie? I might not know that film.
Cutting Edge.
I'll get my checker on it right now. Well,
Is it The Cutting Edge?
Yeah, it was that was Robot Jocks, and that was a really good pick. Like, we really enjoyed that. That was fun. It was campy, and but they did really well with some of the stop motion, and the storyline might not have always perfectly lined up. Like, I had so much fun watching that. We had fun watching that movie.
Well, let's see.
Why won't you light?
Is it The Cutting Edge, or is it just Cutting Edge? And what year did it come out?
Why won't you light? Well, I guess you're gonna have to light with something else. Well, this dab is for
should have been bigger, but
beef nips. That is a very big crystal in there.
Should have put 2 crystals.
I mean,
Maybe
this
3.
is the size of like
Maybe
4
3.
crystals.
Maybe 3 actually.
Should have been 5.
No, 3 because 3 is the best number.
So, did you find The Cutting Edge?
I found The Cutting Edge. There's a film series, and then there's
The Cutting Edge DD.
1992.
Type in DD.
DD. Ah, okay. What the?
The Cutting Edge is 1992, and it looks like a chick flick.
Okay, that's a place, so that's not it.
No, you were right. The 1992 film.
1992. Okay. What the? 1992. Seriously.
All right. I'm gonna have to get you a tablet and a keyboard.
Okay, 1992. Alrighty.
If you're gonna do the lookups while we're doing this, I'm gonna have to get you like my laptop or something. I mean, we should just look this up on YouTube and watch the trailer. I love watching the. We should watch all the trailers.
Is this it?
Yeah, he said it looks like a chick flick.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this is it. All right, yeah. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. That's what they said.
Let's check out the trailer for The Cutting Edge.
Seems like it's coming undone. That's not good. How do you melt plastic like rubber together?
Just put a little bit of like glue on it. The Cutting Edge trailer 1. And then we'll watch episode 3, and then we'll watch Hot Rod. Oh, no, that's the wrong capture. Sorry. Which capture do I want here? Screen capture. There we go. We should really hot button that, and I'm sure Zach already has. I'm just a horrible host without Zach. Did we?
Wow. Ain't that the truth?
It is. No, we did not do that yet. But anyways, here is The Cutting Edge, a 2-minute trailer.
It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just about 4 hours late here, Rita.
Rita.
Anita.
Gita. Gita.
Close.
Olympic star Doug Dorsey's the best hockey player in America, and he's about to retire.
How do I not know
Kate
this
Mosley was America's sweetheart,
Until Hercules here learns how to lock his grip, this will have to do.
and she's got a nickname that rhymes with rich.
What a thing.
For both of them, the Olympics had become a faraway dream.
Here, you try.
Until someone
Those are figure skates, pal.
set up the ultimate blind date.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm a guy who came a long way for lunch.
Please don't let me keep you from the trough.
Enough!
The king of the rink and America's ice queen just became a team.
Don't quit your day job. Would you please put me down? You Triton!
Guess that move needs some work. You've been doing what? I've been doing a little figure skating.
Finger painting?
As a matter of fact, I do have a boyfriend.
What do you do, keep him chained up in the basement?
I don't like to see her upset.
If I was you, I'd invest in blindfolds.
Are they gonna get it? Before they kill each other?
You look really nervous. How nervous are you?
Dorsey and Mosley, the American Olympic team's best shot at the gold.
You're falling for him.
Oh, that's crazy. In case you've missed it, I am throwing myself at you. Get out of my way.
No problem. I've been practicing that move for a year and a half.
D.B. Sweeney.
Man, would I love to see you play hockey.
Moira Kelly.
Any day.
The Cutting Edge.
It's not like his nose was perfect.
I mean, that was pretty good. This was pretty good. See, well, you got my pick on the list already, so all right, this is yeah, really, those are three very different movies. But I mean, I watched Conan a lot when I was younger too, so do not bring up Obi or any of the shows. Give me the Revenge of the Sith trailer. Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to watch Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
YouTube should be down any second now. Do you guys want to hear it through the mic? Is that loud enough? No.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.
The Council wants you to report on all the Chancellor's dealings. That's treason. We are at war, Anakin.
Okay, cool.
I don't think the boy can handle it. I don't trust him.
I need your help, son. I'm appointing you to be my personal representative on the Jedi Council.
You're on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master. What? Obi-Wan and the council don't trust me.
Learn to know the dark side of the Force, and you achieve a power greater than any Jedi.
Great trailer.
You're under arrest.
Are you threatening
great
me,
trailer.
Master Jedi? Every single Jedi is now an enemy of the Republic. Do what must be done. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy. Who could have done this?
Twisted by the dark side young Skywalker has become.
I feel so helpless.
Jesus, is this a trailer or a recap? Who is this? Sony?
You were the chosen one.
I just don't understand how this isn't everyone's favorite.
This is 3?
We never see that scene.
That's 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my vote. For the simple fact that it's 3.
Alright, and now... Hot Rod.
Maybe I spoke too soon. I forgot how funny Hot Rod is.
I mean, I love episode 3, but I might still be on that new movie, because I've seen episode 3 hundreds of times. But let's see how they sold Hot Rod back in the day.
Up, little riders. Jump in the public pool tomorrow. Tell your friends. That's just a sample.
I had a moped.
Don't worry, Denise. I've done this before.
Dude, Danny is too funny, bro. Danny McBride. Oh my.
Danny McBride's one of the funniest people alive.
So funny.
What are you supposed to be? A stuntman? Wow. My safe word will be whiskey.
What do you mean whiskey? What? I
I just don't get why you're saying it that way.
Why I'm saying what way?
Forget it.
I will forget it.
There's even an H. It will.
Hey everybody, we have a new crew member today, Denise. So I thought it'd be fun if
forgot
we
she
all
was in
went
this.
around and said a little something about ourselves. I like to party.
I like to party.
No, Dave, I just said that I party.
I like to party.
No.
I like to party.
Okay, nobody parties but me.
Yeah, just Rod.
Yes.
And me. Sweet.
Oh my God, shut up.
Hey, Rod, maybe you should invite Dad this week. Relax, Kev. I'm gonna win this.
Actually, no. Actually, I won't. Sorry, I took it wrong.
Meet your maker. Oh, God! We ain't even started yet!
I just had a great idea.
One big jump, gentlemen. The biggest jump this town's ever seen. Let's party. If I'm gonna jump 15 buses, my body's gonna have to be in top physical form. Can we reinforce the takeoff ramp? No, we're not done. Cool.
I have the high ground.
Oh, I've already drafted a rough schedule of exercises that will help us take things to the next level.
Oh.
You're a terrible stuntman.
What? You're a terrible stuntman. I'm just kidding. I can hear you. It was just really mean.
That's funny. You mute us?
Hmm?
You mute us?
No.
Yeah, I
They're
might-
hearing it through the stereo into the mic.
Yeah, no, I definitely might. I don't know. I think I might change it. It's been a while since I watched this one, and this.
No, I have a hormone disorder.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, the dad is from, he's, what's the guy's name from the hotel?
Yeah, John Wick. Yeah.
But yeah.
He's Mr. Coppola? Is it Coppola? Coppola?
The hotel manager.
Mr. Wilson. That's his name.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. I'm like 97% sure. Mr. Wilson.
Alright, so those were our 3 picks. What does the chat want? Me too. Like, I do love everyone in Hot Rod. That's a really, really good pick. But I mean, I'm still on the I think it's just because it's new and it's an older movie that I've never seen. So my pick's still on the first trailer. The Cutting Edge. I want to see the hockey player. I want to see the Canadian content. It's summer. It's a movie that takes place in the winter. Maybe I'll feel cool. What do you think? You're sticking with Hot Rod? Alright.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to need chat to break this because we only have 2 people here today, so. The Cutting Edge, Hot Rod, or Episode 3? Hot Rod is funny. Really, really funny. Yeah, The Cutting Edge really did seem funny. So I'm going to say that's a vote for Cutting Edge and a vote for Hot Rod, which puts us back into a tie.
Alright.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm going to watch Cutting Edge either way. Because I like those. The 90s and 80s just had a certain flair to even how they made chick flicks. Like,
yeah.
They were like. I get that there was also some misogyny, but I mean, there's also some fun writing and some funny jokes in a time that people just laughed at shit.
Winston, that's his name.
Yeah, Winston.
Not Wilson. Mr. Winston. Yeah. Anyways, but yes, that's close enough.
Whoa, is Hot Rod seriously on Zazzy's not seen list? Oh, then we totally have to wait to watch Hot Rod. Hot Rod gets voted out.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I mean, I talk to Zazzy a lot, but I mean, these guys sometimes talk to him nonstop for like 8 hours playing a video game, so.
So we'll wait for him. That's fine. That's fine. It's perfect. So what? So the options are Cutting Edge and what now?
Episode 3. And yeah, he's right. Like I love Cool Runnings, like that kind of camp. John.
You really gonna explain Cool Runnings?
No, I just saying John Candy did really well, and so did the guys. Like it's very.
Of course he did.
He played a
That's,
compassionate
in my
Uncle
opinion,
Buck.
one of his best
Yeah.
films, in my opinion.
So he said like
Definitely.
Cutting Edge is cheesy, like Cool Runnings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, but funny, and that was the
Wait,
era
is
of the
that- is that-
90s.
wait, is
That's
that
how
a
they
pick?
wrote it.
Is that a pick?
What?
Cool Runnings? That's a pick.
No,
I'm
it
just
was
saying,
compared to a
okay,
pick.
Because if that was a pick, that would be my pick. Hands down, no questions, no budging. It would be my pick.
Beef Nips introduced Funny Cheesy.
Funny
I read the name across and just went to the words. Beef Nips suggested The Cutting Edge. Oh, Jesus.
Ew.
Oh, that's funny. The slow clap in the feels. I mean, John Candy was the whole cast was perfectly picked. It was very funny. Yes, Beef is here. Wait, are you at Arby's? Oh no, Arby's is we have the meats.
Something like that.
What was the beef one?
I don't know.
Wendy's? Where's the beef?
Find out.
Alright, I'm gonna smoke a bowl here. We're slowing down there, so I guess
The beef slogan is Wendy's.
Wendy's. Alright. So you have to repick then. 3 or Cutting Edge? This is like that game show, oh shit, The Paradox. The Monty Hall Paradox. I gave you an option out and you took it, and now you have to repick. Do your odds change? But that's not actually how the paradox works.
Sure.
Yes, the paradox is actually...
Because my pick is...
No, the paradox is actually you have 3 choices.
Yes.
So you, let's say 1, 2, or 3. Just pick a number.
3,
obviously. So, of course.
Wait. 2.
2. All right.
No, 3. Okay.
You just need to pick for me to finish the analogy and to explain this to you.
Okay, 3.
3, okay. Right. So, I tell you that behind 2 doors are brand new cars, or 1 door is a brand new car and 2 doors are donkeys. Okay? Meaning a zoink, a bonk. You don't win anything. After you pick 3, I show you the behind door number 1 is a donkey. I ask you if you want to re-pick your answer.
Yeah.
Do you change your answer or not? Why? And do your odds change because... Do you have your odds changed?
I don't know.
This is a brilliant and awesome math/thought experiment.
I have no idea.
That involves a whole bunch of math.
It doesn't change because I love it.
Oh shit, I just realized I can't play the clip. I was just about to bring the clip up that explains this in a movie called 21. But unfortunately, the main person explaining... Yeah.
Like the actual card game 21 movie? Yeah,
no, Blackjack. Yeah, like
the Blackjack game. Yeah. 21.
So there's a movie called 21.
Yeah.
But who explains this paradox? Like, he explains the Monty Hall Paradox. Who explains it?
Is it Lawrence Fishburne? Wait. Who's the guy that...
Came out to that he kind of like to touch little boys?
Spacey. That's who they're freaking... I don't understand why I thought Lawrence Fishburne. That's weird.
That's a weird association.
I apologize, Lawrence Fishburne. It wasn't even that movie. It's that Samuel L. Jackson thing.
Dude, have you seen The Cutting Edge? Oh, wow. I mean, so what do you vote for? Oh, well, no, Spoopy picked number 3, so... Weird to ask him if he voted for another movie. But I kind of want to see this again.
You would.
Well, I mean, I just want to see... It seemed good.
You would.
Just about 4 hours late here, Rita.
Rita.
Anita.
Gita.
Close. Olympic star Doug Dorsey is the best hockey player in America, and he's
about to retire. Kate Mosley was America's sweetheart.
Until Hercules here learns how to lock his grip, this will have to do.
And she's got a nickname that rhymes
Watch
with
this.
rich. What a thing. For both of them, the Olympics had become a faraway dream.
Yeah, you try.
Until someone
Those are figure skates, pal.
set up the ultimate blind date.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm a guy who came a long way from lunch.
Please don't let me keep you from the trough.
The King of the Ring and America's Ice Queen just became a team.
Don't quit your day job.
Yeah, ice skating is rough for me. Like I'm one of those people like I'll skate and like, you know you go like I can skate. I just I wobble. I guess I gotta do the skates up tighter, I guess, but like it's one of those.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Men with Brooms.
Okay.
Right? It's got that Canadiana feel to it. With seems like it's gonna have a happy, heartfelt, warming ending. No, it's an narrative film where
Who am I kidding? It's
Yeah.
the 90s movie.
films that is happy back then.
Of course it was.
Oh, that's crazy. You missed it. I am
You're gonna have
throwing
the
myself at you.
dramatic. Oh,
Get out of
I
my
hate
way.
you, and they're gonna leave, and they're gonna be dramatic. Come back together just in time to finish it, and then they fall in love again.
Yeah.
Of course. Very, very
Any day.
you know.
The cutting edge.
It's not like his nose was perfect.
Oh wait. Crap, what did I do? There we go.
Hats off to you, sirs, madams, thems, theys.
I mean, I really want to do Cutting Edge. It looks fun.
Okay, what if I said cutting edge is behind? What if I said cutting edge is behind a door, but you need to pick one in order to find out if it's behind that door?
Like,
and if you don't,
you want to play Monty Hall right now?
Sure.
Is that what you're?
Sure. Sure.
But I know the answer to the statistical question.
So then you should get it the way that you want. Then.
Well, it still doesn't guarantee you winning. It just you know the answer to what the statistics are.
So what is this? So what does it say?
Well, no, I want. There's so many good. The movie just breaks it down so perfectly, and I don't. Oh man, it pisses me off. But well, I mean, we have 2 votes for this, and so far no one else has voted for Star Wars.
I haven't voted yet.
Oh, I thought you said 3.
What
I thought we were
did
just
I-
moving
what
on from
did
that. Yeah, you moved, and now
did.
you're a little wishy-washy here, bud.
No. What's what happened? Okay, we said I had to pick, and then we started talking about that question, and then you knew the answer, and then we got off topic. So I didn't technically pick after my pick got changed. So if I'm gonna have to pick, it's gonna have to be. Wait, 3.
All right.
There's 3 balls here, so yeah. They end up with 3 balls. Just trying to base it off.
All right, well, we're at a stalemate, which means I guess it's just got to be
It has to
vetoed
be,
in.
So it has to. So unfortunately, it's gonna have to be the cutting edge.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick Cutting Edge.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
Because I've seen Star Wars 3, and now I'm like, I want Kate, but remember, there's more Star Wars properties coming, and I think we should start covering in series the best of the properties, meaning we'll probably mix like a 2 or 3 part Clone Wars episode will be my pick, and like you can pick episode 3, and we'll get each one to pick their favorite Star Wars, all 4 of us, and we'll do like a whole Star Wars series. Because I've been thinking about that for a while now, knowing that we've got Vader coming, and maybe we need to remind people that there was some really good content at some point. So, all right, next week's picks. Do we have one from the 70s, one from the 80s, and one from the 90s? We do. No. Yeah, Bloodsport 89.
So what's 90?
Cutting Edge, 92. One in each decade.
So watch all. So yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So watch.
I mean, technically, 2 of those picks are beef nips because he also watched Bloodsport, so I feel like a little kindred there.
Well, I've watched Bloodsport. Who has?
Well, I mean, he said his top 3 movies.
Oh, okay, top. Okay.
Where mine would be like Bloodsport, Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, I saw Lethal Weapon. I saw Die Hard, the series, like the whole series of Die Hard, like up till 3. That's what was that like the both trilogies of those. And I saw Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Terminator, like all those box sets from the 90s, over and over and over again. But Nightmare on Elm Street was the number 1, my favorite. Oh, and this movie I always forget the name of, but it's from Disney way back in the day, and it had this banshee. It's like an Irish dude is haunted, like a really old, weird Disney movie. That sounds like we're making porn.
If I was sitting like this, if I was like sitting like this, and people couldn't see it, if I was like this, then I can understand on the screen it would look.
Hope no one clipped that 2 seconds.
Oh, no! Don't do it. Don't do it.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay, I'm gonna explain this really quickly because I don't think we're gonna go much later. But listen, well, first off, it wasn't old for me. Okay, all right. Let's put that in perspective. I'm 20 years older than you. Okay, but the point is, horror has been redefined a handful of times through its progression, and Wes Craven has been responsible for like 3 of those changes. One being Last House on the Left. Though we've seen like it was in the 70s, we've seen horror movies that do this from like France and some other countries, but Hollywood hadn't really caught up.
Hostel was messed up.
Yeah, but that was like 30 years later.
Hostel was more modern.
So like Last House on the Left, the essential story set up is that this woman gets essentially abducted, beaten, raped. She gets out but still ends up dying, I think, and her parents end up, the same people whenever later end up accidentally breaking down in front of their house, and they figure out that it's them, and then they kind of hunt and kill them. Like there's rape in it, there's straight out brutal murder scenes. It's very dark.
What, Last House on the Left?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very dark horror.
This came out when?
In like 78.
Oh, I'm thinking the modern one.
Okay, yes, which is way
I'm trying to
milder.
understand why. I'm saying like, no, there's no way that was that crazy.
Oh yeah, it was back then, and
Back
it's
then, that
based on a
makes sense.
French film where a nun gets raped and murdered, and a priest goes on a rampage, or she gets away and kills everybody. I can't remember. It's translated and stuff. But anyways, so it is Oh Darby Girl and the Little People. Thank you, Laura. It's so weird, man. It's one of the scariest things I've ever seen. If you're a child watching this over and over again, I just loved it. It was so scary. Okay, but the reason for Nightmare on Elm Street is Last House on the Left changed horror, and then you come around in a time like that came at the dawn of the slasher film, and past that, like right before that, we had a lot of like monster movie stuff, and science fiction was the '60s. The 70s was a little stale for part of it. There was some good stuff out there, Texas Chainsaw and stuff, but like Last House on the Left really set up the dawn of that type of revenge horror, like murder fantasy movie that we led to like Saw and then Human Centipede and stuff. But anyways, and then in a time where every movie was about a slasher that just walked slowly and wouldn't fucking die, you got Wes Craven reading a story about nightmares killing people in like South Africa, and he writes A Nightmare on Elm Street. Like everything was just bad slasher. You just had Jason or Michael Myers walking around, and they kill everybody, and they keep coming back. And this was a fresh idea. Like you couldn't run away from him. You can't stay awake forever. You fall asleep, and this fucker kills you. Do you know what I mean? Like these are some parameters. And it was unique in its time. Like it's hard to say that that's unique now because it's been used over and over and over again, and we've seen Freddy for like 13 movies.
It's coming out Halloween.
Oh God, leave them alone. Just let them all die for 20. Yeah, okay.
This is the end, guys.
They've said this 10 times. Was it Sean Connery? God damn, I gotta rewatch that movie again. But then he comes around at the end. Slasher like just wouldn't die, and it was getting really stale, like H2O, all that shit. And he makes Scream. a new type of slasher that was self-aware and it was for movie geeks. Like, that might... Oh, wow. I keep forgetting that that's probably the film that told me it was, like, Clerks...
I gotta watch 4.
Clerks, Mallrats, and Scream were the movies that kind of told me it was okay to be this level of geek. Other people were too. Like, that movie being meta, talking about it in film class and stuff, like, that was really... That was eye-opening for me in the time. Right? Okay, I'm going to bring up that one. This is not a suggestion. I think I'm too traumatized from a child to rewatch this movie. And if you are overly traumatized by this, please look away for a moment.
No, what movie?
Darby. Seriously, though, this movie is... It's a Disney movie from, like...
It's not going to be scary.
The 70s or 60s?
Yeah, no. There's no way.
You say that now.
See?
But you might... I was a child, okay? I was a child. I watched this as a child. And I'm pretty sure this was a child's movie.
Well, we'll find out. We'll see. See how this goes.
Whoops.
The night was dark. And the mountain was covered with mist. And the moon was no bigger than the light from my hidden cat. But it didn't hide him from me. For there he stood with an angry little goblin, and his face was
Yeah, like, this was just dark for children. And I mean, in what year was this? Like those special effects were great in that year. Like, this is pre-Star Wars. I'm pretty sure.
Disney?
Yes.
Holy shit. How did I not remember this? Is that who I think that is playing him? The guy from Willow?
That is James Bond.
I'd like to talk about Daisy. In the old ruins on the top of Knocknashire. And there were the little people dancing all around in the moonlight.
Oh my gosh. Look at this.
Creatures. Kiss her. Kiss her. Go on, kiss her.
I've heard enough silly blather about little people to last me a lifetime. What kind of man are you at all that doesn't believe in the little people?
I declare to me soul, when I tell them this down in the Pope, they won't believe a word of it. You can't do that, Darby. Once you're here, there's no going back. I'm gonna get back to Kitty.
Darby, this is Michael McBride. I've decided to settle in here in your place.
Why didn't you tell me?
Your father made me promise that I would.
What's so scary about this?
You gotta remember it.
Okay, yes, okay, I can see. Okay, yeah.
Like, it's obviously bad and campy, but
No, I can see it.
you grew up in Little Mermaid and Aladdin.
Sean Connery.
But it's a Disney movie still. Just there's some pretty weird, grim, like... It just wasn't washed as much as they washed other Disney features. Like... Yeah, Caroline's fucking... Oh, no, I know.
Coraline? Coraline's messed up. That's a messed up movie. And of course,
Oh, I love Coraline.
My kids love that shit. I'm like, what?
Like, there's a bunch of different... But there's scenes in this. Obviously, it's the trailer, right? But there's scenes in this that are truly kind of haunting for a child.
I can see where that would be a thing.
It was not a... Like, and I knew if we watched it, it wouldn't be as impactful as it was when I watched it as a child. But what year did that come out? I think I was young. I probably could have looked before I moved it over. Oh, of course it doesn't say it there. There's no additional info. Oh. Yeah, I'm excited to watch. So we're doing The Drunken Master, Bloodsport, and The Cutting Edge.
Okay.
I'm excited to watch Bloodsport again. When's the last time you saw Bloodsport?
When I used to watch cable.
Right.
Because I used to watch, it used to come on like channels like 47, which for me was like Peachtree.
Yeah.
It could come on Peachtree. It would be one of those movies that just came on. So yeah, I think that's the last time I've actually watched it. Was like then, and that was like years ago, like years. I would say at least 6, maybe 6, 7, probably around there.
All right.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
I think it was a movie I picked before we went live, before we were airing. So I think I've seen it in the last 2 years. But I mean, I'd watch it again and again. And I watched it. Oh right, I watched it with my grandma too. When I went up and saw her, like, before the dark times, right around there. So at least in the last 3 years, because I watched Tango and Cash and Bloodsport. Because fucking Tango and Cash, man. It's a great movie. But we've already done it, like, in the last year. So those are what we're picking for next week. So thank you for your pick, Beef Nips. And thank you for Beef Nips, thank you for the generosity tonight. And thank you, everyone, for, you know, the giving of your time and the follows and the subs. You guys are all amazing.
Likewise,
I'm going to do a...
Wait.
Dab in your honor. What's
Actually, I think we should do that.
What?
You got a thing every couple weeks. We do a thing where they pick movies, or like we pick
Yeah,
a
once a
theme.
month we do
Yeah,
a
pick theme.
fan
okay,
like
okay.
a
I guess
chat
I
pick or an
I don't
audience
think
pick.
I was there when you guys talked about that. Cause,
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
I've been doing it. Yeah, I just do a lot of things and assume that everyone will just catch the pattern over time. That's just being a stoner and a bit ADHD.
That's definitely a berry thing.
You know, I'm going to add a little more to that, and I'm going to add some diamonds. And we are going to go check out, if everyone's cool with it, our sponsor, who is like an insane Call of Duty player. But I guess there's a ton of really good Call of Duty players, but he's exceptionally good. He often. Oh, he'll win he'll get first place in his first 2 or 3 bouts just jumping in. He'll win many bouts on. I don't know Call of Duty well enough to describe it, but I've seen him play.
Well, when you call them
and
bouts,
there's many people.
It's pretty evident you don't play if you call them bouts.
Well, what are they? Matches?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're matches. I'm just saying. I'm
Damn.
just saying for someone who knows it, they'd be like, yeah. I guess you can call it a bout. I guess it's just I never heard it called a bout before, but that's what I was like, okay, all right.
Boxing term. Yeah, so we're going to do a dab, and then we're going to check out Mad Dab Labs on his stream.
Yeah, Never Ending Story was kind of creepy still.
Oh, I love Never Ending Story.
They made Ivor, what's his name? The dragon? Like the way his
No,
eyes and stuff move?
it's everyone. The thing that everyone seems to say in their mind is the horse. Did you not just cry a little inside?
Yeah. That's a little bit rough. Oh, takes me back. Takes me back.
A bout is a
Like a bout.
yeah, a match.
A match. It's just another way of saying a match.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like.
Not about a bout. It's hard. It's like when you have to type a word twice.
Yeah, it's like you write 2, but then you put 2.
Like
2 of 2. You put 2. You write the number. You write number like either the number 2 or the letter or T O or W, and then you write just the thing to separate it, and then you put 2, or you put yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna write this dab. We're gonna go check out them. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I'm reading chat right as I'm about to do a dab.
Oh, wait. 9, yeah, 9's pretty creepy too. Well, modern day stuff, yeah.
9, like with Ryan Reynolds.
No, 9 is in.
Oh, that's the 9s.
It's like it's not claymation. It's similar to Coraline though.
Oh, and if everybody wants to check out a new YouTube series, check out "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared."
Don't.
Seriously, Shmovie, check out Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I promise he'll like. I know he watches Backrooms like Zach and I do, and he loves this kind of shit. Check out. It's like salad fingers, and it's just it's better. Maybe not. But
it's just creepy.
Oh yeah, Bout is a tussle. Yes, it's a fight. Sorry, I apologize. I always forget that people are watching us from outside this country. But I am going to start a raid. Thank you very much for joining us. Stay tuned and stay lifted. And I hope I already hit this button. If not, it'll take a minute. It's taking a minute. I didn't hit the button yet. Yes, thank you everybody for joining us. And we're going to start a raid here any moment. We'll be in chat for at least a minute or two, but we'll be around for a minute. So thanks, and follow Mad Dab Labs.
I wasn't even following. Are you serious?
And YouTube, we appreciate you hanging out. Oh, whoops, I hit the wrong person.